not seeing it. Hello, and welcome to RPG Out of the Box. My name is Matt Fellman. Some of you may know me as Bad X Ash. We're going to be doing a little thing here. What we're going to do is, this is my crew, first of all. Let me.
Super stoked.
Yes. So,
welcome.
We'll get to them in a sec. But basically, the purpose of this show is to unbox starter kits for various RPGs, break them out, show what's in them, and then run through the adventures that are provided with them. This show is basically to show people how easy it is to get into various RPGs. Some not all are fantasy. Some are sci-fi. Some are mystery. Some are horror. Some are superheroes. It's a whole mixed bag. But tonight we're going to be starting with the D&D starter set.
He's good.
So what we'll do in a minute is we'll unbox this and get to the goodies within. But first I want to take a moment and see what you guys are all about. So first one here on my right is Luciano.
Hello.
Hello. Hello and welcome. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
That's a very broad question.
Right, right.
I guess the generics are, I've been very interested in high fantasy literature, gaming, tabletop gaming for years and years and years. Video games, all kinds of stuff. Musician, occasionally. Have had a lot of hobbies, but I'd say the one thing that's kind of stuck with me is I discovered, aside from, the fantasy literature from several years ago, I discovered D&D about 4 years ago, and I've been watching streams and stuff, and now that I actually have a chance to play, I'm super excited.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. What made you interested in joining this show?
Discovered D&D 4 years ago, and now I'm super excited.
As are many. What other systems have you played, and what are they? What are you interested in?
For tabletop gaming?
Yeah, for tabletop gaming.
I haven't actually had a lot of experience with tabletop gaming. I have done a little bit of tabletop battle minis with Warhammer 40K, but D&D 5th edition is the first iteration of a tabletop role-playing game that I've had experience with.
Cool. What are your expectations for Dungeons & Dragons starter kit?
Well, I'm excited to play through the starter kit campaign setting, and just get my feet wet in D&D. I haven't had too much experience, like I said, so I'm excited to actually play through a whole campaign setting, I guess.
And you're going to be playing the rogue.
Yes.
Halfling rogue, yes?
Halfling rogue.
All right. Did you come up with a name for him?
I am still working
or
on
her?
that. I'll have a name in as soon as we need one.
All right. All right. And next is I forgot how to pronounce it. Your gamer name.
Oh yeah, Gia Critique. But my name is Miguet.
Miguet.
And I'm a voice actor, and I like Joe and Libby. And that doesn't matter to anyone. At any rate, I'm a gamer. I love Pokemon. I love acting. I love performing, and I'm just really kind of jacked. This is me jacked, not hallucinating, not high or anything. Just really excited.
Lan from the internet says he likes your voice.
Oh, thank you, Len. My God.
That's feedback.
No, actually, thank you very much. I talk to people in their sleep, like you can actually buy a tape of me talking to you, putting you to sweet dreams. So.
Elena Laura, sorry if I butcher your names, said, "Hi, Miguet. Didn't know you played." And that brings us to our next point. You have not played this game or any RPGs.
This is the first time I'll ever be playing a tabletop game of any kind. I'm new to this completely, but not new to imagination. I absolutely love creativity. I love stories, and so that's what attracted me to this. And plus, I'm a big fan of yours. Well,
thanks. I appreciate that.
You bought my tape.
And all right, and that brings us next to you pretty much hit all the bases, so that brings us next to Red.
Yes. Well, I'm also a nerd.
Nerd or a geek? Because there's some,
What is the difference?
There's a
I don't know
difference.
the difference. What's the difference?
So nerds are basically very practical. They
do math for
they're
fun.
good. They're good at math and stuff
So
like.
maybe I'm just
I
a
am
geek.
not a nerd.
Geeks are about the fandom. They
I always
know.
thought that was reversed.
No. Geeks are about the fandom that know the details about the type of shoes that Legolas wore in the thing.
That's intense.
So
Mirkwood leather.
You gotta change your definition of who you are.
Yes.
geek.
I'm a geek. I'll just write it on my
Anime
forehead.
shirt. There you go. Oh, some Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, Super, Broly, It's like any anime. Play video games, Borderlands, Halo, a lot of stuff like that.
Have you ever played
I have
tabletop?
not actually. This is also my first time.
Excellent. That is what this game is about, or this show actually, and the game.
And red
We're
hair.
playing a game.
And
Yeah.
red hair. And what are your expectations for this?
I guess I don't really have a lot because I haven't really seen a game being played. So I'm just gonna go with the flow.
So this is totally fresh for you.
Completely.
All right.
I don't know what to expect.
And next, I forgot that you guys gave me all your gamer names. I didn't write them down. We were running out of time. I'm
So
awful.
my name is Karen, and my player name or my character name is going to be Astrid.
Astrid.
Yes. I don't really identify as a geek or a nerd, but I married one, so I guess like by proxy I have to become one.
By association.
I mean, in my real life, I'm a social worker, so I take care of people. So this will be fun because I'm going to be a cleric. So I'll take
There you
care
go.
of
Socially taken care of.
Yeah.
people.
But you're not just a heal bot. So clerics are very good at also combat as well.
Right. So yes. Okay. So I've only really played this by association once, and I was a fighter in that game, and I had no idea what I was doing. Chris Glow. The only thing that I knew what to do as I found a magical shield in a graveyard, and that was like the only thing I used to fight with. And I just bashed people with
hitting
it
people.
because it was magical.
And
the
see,
way.
that's where
I felt
some.
like he felt bad for me. Like, I had no idea what I was doing, so he's like, "You got a magical shield."
But and that's great because whereas video games you're very stuck to what they designed for you in RPG, tabletop RPG, role-playing games, you're able to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You
it
can
was
just pick up a pot and just start hitting people with it, and you don't have to worry about
sounds really
whether it's coding.
I'll be looking for dishware,
Do you have cast iron by chance?
cutlery.
Is it magical?
And our last entry is
I am Austin. I go by Kabe.
Kabe. Welcome. Thank you.
I guess for role playing, I have actually been playing on and off for about 8 years. I started in 4th edition, and anybody who knows 4th edition, I'm sorry, it's a rough one to start out with.
It is. It's the
I don't even
worst.
know what that even means.
It was essentially D&D superheroes, and it was really rough. They did not do it, in my opinion, very well. But I also play probably too much video games. I also delve in other types of RPGs, such as Genesis or Pathfinder. But I have honestly never done like essentially a themed and driven like starter set or even a pre-printed campaign before.
All homebrew stuff.
All homebrews.
Homebrew is basically what people make.
Yeah.
So I can just make a game up out of my head.
Oh, so it's
Complete
not, like,
venture.
following-
Custom-made
Right.
campaigns.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm actually pretty excited to be able to play something that has been predetermined and see where I can take that.
How you can break
Yeah,
it.
how I can shatter it.
How do we immerse
How,
We're gonna break stuff.
how great.
with magical forks and dishware?
Some kind of spoon.
It's a lot of fun. there are rules, but don't let that concern you. The rules are there just as more guidelines, you know.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
Welcome aboard. We're called guidelines.
What we call the guidelines.
You're in one.
So what I like to do is I like to let you guys basically drive the story. I'll just be rendering the world around you. The people that you interact with, the scenery, what you look for, I'll make it happen, or the dice will make it happen, or not make it happen. That'll be the real tell.
These are new dice.
All right, so
They better be good to me.
Luciano is playing the rogue halfling.
Yes.
Let me get.
I
Can
am
you just write everybody's name down so we can?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to write everybody's. So, Luciano, what are you going to be called?
It's a good question.
Come up with
back
that
to
He
name.
is
I will
the
come
man
back- I
who
will
hath
come back.
no name.
Okay. Sorry, who are you going to
My
be?
character will be
back
Caven
is
of Vespis.
Halfling name.
Is there like a
You know, I
short
looked
form?
at those,
Caven.
You didn't
Okay.
like that.
And then I was like,
But you have to say a
can I
Vespis when you
do
address me like informally.
Caven.
Like, you know, when we're like
All right,
at the
you're
Queen's
gonna
Ball
Is that-
or whatever.
I'll just say, is
And
that
what
like-
are you?
I am a noble fighter.
A noble fighter.
Noble fighter.
A noble fighter.
Noble fighter.
Nordric?
It's like in real life. Here.
You're not going to have more than one name like him.
I think you want to switch these. Oh no.
No, I
You
don't.
actually, your character's name is Red.
Yeah.
West.
So you're gonna be called Red as well.
Oh yeah.
I almost
Alright.
did.
Red and
You
red.
are correct.
She's the Red.
And you're
I've got it
playing
on my
a
brain.
human
It's,
wizard.
it's from
Yes.
Sunday.
All right, now
Or no, I'm sorry, a high elf wizard.
a high elf wizard. That's right. So
Red
Nordric.
is high,
high
elf.
elves, pretty much very Tolkien-esque. You know, you've seen them. You know what they are. Wizards. You know, obviously. Now, in that middle box, right in the dead center of your thing, you should see a lot of like your spells and your cantrips
You got a lot of them.
right there.
I can only throw a javelin.
And how many? Yeah.
I can
And
put
wield a
spells.
sword. A sword.
Can I throw the sword?
You absolutely can. Not
Chuck
usually
it, never
advisable.
seen again.
You also
If
get
you
sword,
roll a
though.
one,
swing,
you
so
might
you
do
get a
it in the
sword
middle
and
of
you get
combat
spells.
when you're not.
Yeah, you
Oh!
don't want to. You're trying to swing. You go, whoops.
Why
was-
would I do
Yeah, there was something here. I'm missing something.
And Karen, you're Astrid. You're playing a dwarf,
Caravan Featherfoot.
Hill dwarf,
hill dwarf,
and I
cleric.
cleric. So
Okay.
I have a warhammer, which I think is like
40K.
Kind of like Thor, but you know, not as cool as Mjolnir. But
Oh, is that the name of it?
yeah.
Welcome to the table, Karen.
I didn't know it had a
There we
name.
go.
You hurt
Oh,
me.
they all have names.
That's
You're the
that's
rogue.
step one.
I am the rogue.
Step one.
You are the noble
And
fighter?
I am the noble fighter.
I am the human folk hero fighter.
folk hero fighter. So
Folk
we've
hero.
got that's one of the cool things about D&D is there's not just one type of fighter. You're a fighter. He's a noble fighter, so he's of noble birth,
But could be a jerk.
right? He could be a jerk. He's a folk hero fighter, and they have different skills and stuff and abilities.
I'm a
that-
soldier then.
What's your name?
no, that is, the soldier is your
Nordric.
background. So
Oh,
you're
hill dwarf, cleric.
right, and you were a soldier in a mercenary group.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, I just
Alright.
was reading the boxes
Folk
wrong.
hero.
I have a name
Guitar
now.
folk
Ooh,
hero.
what's your name?
I
Yes.
went with Paravan Featherfoot.
Paragon.
Paravan
How do you
Featherfoot.
spell that?
P-E-A-R...
I'm missing someone. I'm
No,
missing you.
P-E-R-A-V-I-N.
Wait a minute.
P-E-R-A-V-I-N.
I wonder where they go
I think I know how to spell
Yes,
the name.
I'm
of the
Astrid.
name.
Caven, Red, and Astrid. Is that what we're going by?
I am a cleric.
I
Wow,
hear
my
that.
writing
Keep
is
hearing it.
atrocious.
Not as atrocious
That's
as
all right.
mine.
Nobody's gonna look at it but you.
No, that's
These,
totally fine.
these
This is
notes
for
are
your
for you
notes.
alone.
No one can see my spelling.
All
I
right.
have the Jade Dragon dice. With Perla.
Those are pretty sweet dice. Now, the dice, you're going to be like, which one do I roll?
Yeah.
The big one, the 20-sider. No, yep, the one you have in your hand. You actually get two in that set.
You do.
Do I get to use?
That's the one that you'll roll for
Sometimes.
attack.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you will.
And then on your sheet in the square center like hers, it'll tell you what you do for damage, which die you roll. 1d
1d12.
1d12. So you would roll the 12-sider, which is the one closest to you, right there.
It's the
Yep.
most similar to the D20.
That'll be your damage.
Damage? This is like the
said-
master of
it says
all
1d8,
dice.
so I
Correct.
roll
This is
that
the
for
damage
attack.
dice.
Now
So
you also
you
use
will
the
roll
20-sider
this
for
first,
skills
Okay.
and then
and stuff,
add your
Skills.
attack,
which
and see
are
if you
down the
beat
left-hand
their
side,
armor class.
right next to your stats.
And then if you
Now,
succeed,
when it says
then you
here,
will
it goes
roll
1d12
the
plus
1d8
3
plus
slashing.
2.
Yep.
When you get that
So
plus 3.
That is
so
for the
that
damage.
plus 3 is
Yes,
coming
that's the
from your
damage against
strength.
his person.
So
You're
see
gonna
how
say
your
it's
strength is a
25.
plus
yeah.
3?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
That's the power that you're putting behind your
Oh,
weapon.
like an EV point. Okay.
Correct.
Got it.
And then slashing is just the type it is. Slashing, bludgeoning, or
Piercing.
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 Because there are some enemies and or objects that have resistances or immunities.
Like they're impervious
Yes,
to it. Okay.
exactly.
Right. Like skeletons, perfect example. It's hard to slash at a
And
skeleton.
they probably can't paper cut very well either.
But
No.
but bludgeoning,
you can- 'cause they're
you
just gonna
smash
fall
them
apart.
bones
Exactly.
and they go
Skeletons
down.
make
All right,
His hands weren't made
let's
for
get this
destruction.
let's open the box, shall we?
The unboxing.
I'm
If you put it over there, that's going to be really hard to do.
well, I'll stand over here. So let's unbox this. Are you ready?
Nearsighted.
I'm
Ready.
I'm
Oh
always
boy. Oh
ready.
boy. What's in the box?
Dice.
I've had this open many times.
There's dice in the
So
box.
that's why the smoke didn't come
So
out.
this is what comes in the starter kit for D&D. So we've got a set of dice. All right, everybody needs that to get this party started. You'll probably need a few more than just one set, so because people need dice. You got your adventure, the Lost Mine of Phandelver, which is actually I've checked out a lot of different modules, and they actually this one comes highly rated. Then you've got some blank character sheets, as well as that's some extra stuff I added. This is
lore.
well, this is the Etra stuff that they added on the website, so I just kind of downloaded that and put that in. Just some extra backgrounds and stuff like that, some extra bonds. So you get your character sheets, which the character sheets come fully detailed with everything you need to know to play. All right, and there's one for each character. I'm not going to have to go through all that.
Yes,
and
every
then
word, please.
Read them all.
and then there's the starter rule book, which is kind of what is everything you need to know is in the player's handbook as well.
That's words.
Just really shrunk down for your
Attention span.
attention span.
More
So
attention span.
that
Or mine.
is what comes in this starter kit.
What were we doing?
It's like, why am I here?
All right.
To save.
Now that we have that unboxed,
Save someone.
We should.
All right,
we should
Austin, we're
save.
saving someone.
We should save
He
someone.
gets the pottery.
We're saving the pottery and then the cutlery. And then
all right.
whichever one's magical.
That's a new twist on adventuring.
You like that?
Does it normally break the pottery?
No.
Oh.
No, we
All
have
right.
to
With
save it.
that
It
said,
depends if there's rupees in it, really.
let's delve in to the Lost Mine of Phandelver.
I think we should know how to say it.
Phandelver.
There's music.
A new element.
That does not come in the box. I had to craft this playlist from
You're a
from
genius, sir.
royalty-free music on the internet.
You rip off
yeah.
available.
That's excellent. Come on.
Right?
This is
There's
awesome.
some good royalty-free D&D
All right.
background music out there.
All right, let's do this.
Before we start, does anybody have any questions?
Bring it.
All right.
Well, let's just do that on the fly.
Learn by doing.
Welcome. You are in the city of Neverwinter, which is on the Sword Coast. It's a large city, harbor, a lot of trade, bustling. You've been summoned to this city by an old friend or compatriot or family member named Gundren Rockseeker. He is a dwarf, a hill dwarf, that in your past has had some experience with you that you owe him a favor. You would come at his beck and call if he needed you. And he sent you a letter saying as such. He said to meet him in the Rusty Nail. It's an inn in the city of Neverwinter. We'll start one at a time, entering the tavern as you arrive. I'm going to go with Austin this time because I keep picking on you, so. Austin,
All right.
what is your character's name?
Nordric.
Nordric. You approach the door to the tavern. It's a fine oak door with inlaid iron and oaken leaves that are around the edges. As you open the door and step in, it takes your eyes a minute to adjust as it's almost dusk. And so when you walk in, you hear this music coming out. And it's happy, and as you look around, you see it's a slow night at the Rusty Nail. There's a bartender, a human, standing, waxing down the bar, wiping out the glass with the same rag. And he looks up as you enter and says, "Welcome, good friend. How may I help you this evening? You've come for some ale?"
That and maybe to meet a friend of mine.
"Oh, does this friend have a name?"
Gundren Rockseer.
"Ah, you're with the Rock Seeker party.
Yes.
Let me show you right to his door." So, ale first.
Yes.
He pours you a nice deep brown stout, places it on the bar. "Right this way. Your tab's already been paid, so." He takes you over to a door towards the back, opens it up, and in there sits a dwarf at the end of a long table that's filled with food. And he looks up as you enter. "Ah, you've arrived. Thank you for coming. Oh, come, sit down. Bartender, there shall be more. Make sure you get them drinks as they come in." I will. And he walks away. "Come, sit. How was your travels?"
It was not bad. Mighty fine for a nice cup of ale and some warm food.
"Indeed. How was your family?"
They're doing well. At least I had hoped, that, as I have been gone for quite some time now.
All right, 1 second. So, let me get your name real quick again.
Absolutely. Nordric.
Nordric. Did you get a last name?
Westrot.
Westrot. All right. All righty. So tell me, Nordric, are you interested in some pay?
You know, I just so happen to be.
I have a little bit of a thing that I'm cooking up. Just then the door opens and a large man walks in. He's graying and he's balding on top, and he's fully dressed in armor. Large griffin over on his chest, and it's and a sword by his side. "Ah, Sildar! Sildar, come sit." And Sildar comes around the table, and he sits down. "Gundren, how are you?" "Sildar, this is my friend Nordric. He's going to be joining us on our little expedition." Sildar nods to you. "Sildar Hallwinter, how are you?"
Doing well. Nordric Westrot.
"Nice to meet you. Where do you hail from?"
I forgot.
Well, that's okay.
I was just looking in here. Where do you see that on here?
Background is on the back,
Oh.
bottom corner.
I'm just gonna make it up.
And that's fine.
Bottom corner?
Bottom left corner. Background.
Oh, right there.
Clearly this man needs some more ale.
I have forgotten.
As we're doing that, Karen,
Yes,
you walk in
I do.
to the Rusty Nail.
Yes.
The bartender's standing there. He's pouring some drinks for an older gentleman that just happens to be sitting there. Looks like a townie. He looks up. "Ah, mistress. Are you
I just have a first name right now. Astrid.
Astrid.
Yes.
Ah, Mistrids. Thank you for coming. Come. Would you like a drink?"
Yes, please.
All right. He pours a drink, sets it on the bar in front of you. Have you come just for ale, or?
No, I am here to meet a cousin.
Oh, your cousin?
My cousin. My cousin is Gundren. Gundren Rockseeker.
Yes. Come with me.
All right.
And he walks you towards the back, and the door opens up, and you see your cousin sitting at the end of the table talking with a human, 2 humans actually, and he looks up. Cousin!
Cousin.
Oh! He gets up and he waddles around the table, and he comes and gives you a hug, and oh, it's been so long since I've seen you.
Yes.
How have you been?
I have been away.
Oh, come have some food, have some ale.
All right. I will definitely partake.
How have you been? Oh, this is my cousin Astrid Rockseeker.
Astrid, I am Nordric.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Nordric, Astrid, this is great. This is my friends coming together. This will be glorious. I cannot wait. Eat. And as you eat, Red, you enter. Oh wait, hang on. Let me get.
Don't enter.
You're entering. You're in the middle of entering, but I'm writing down Astrid's name. I gotta remember that. otherwise-
Record scratch, pause. Bet you're wondering how I got here.
This is where Red starts.
All right. All right, and Red. Put your name in. All right.
I forgot.
Red,
I'm
anything
apparently
or
from Neverwinter.
Just red.
just Red?
The Red Lady.
Kind of like Madonna.
Yeah, basically.
Red, basically
So-
Madonna.
The door opens up, little bell chimes, and you step in. And you see the bartender's actually just coming back from what looks like the back room. And he looks up. Oh, hello, welcome to the Rusty Nail. Come in.
Thank you.
Can I get you something?
Please.
Are you a wine drinker?
Yes, have some wine.
All right. Well, I don't want to assume that the elves like the wine. You might like a nice stout, but here's some wine. And he pours a bottle into the glass and sets it in front of you. You here in town for business or pleasure?
Business. I'm here to see Gundren Rockseeker.
Gundren! All right. Looks like his party's arriving one after another. Please, right this way.
Thank
And he escorts you over to the door, opens it up. You guys look up as the door opens up, and a high elf steps in. And I will let you describe yourself.
Describe myself. Oh boy.
That's okay. I'm mixing it up. Look on the top, on
Bam,
the front,
curveball.
on the top. Nope,
Here,
on the
no.
front,
On the
at
front.
the top.
On the front, on the top.
Actually, let me see here. I'm trying to remember where they put all the details. If they did or they didn't.
I think they give you kind of a generic.
That's fine. Make it up.
And then-
However you want to look. That's how.
However I want to look.
That's right. And then you can jot it down in the notes, or in your side, or on the back, or wherever.
I'm just in long robes, probably emerald green, red hair still, braids, just really tall,
Excellent.
slender.
He looks up. Red, you've come all the way. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Friends, this is Red. Red, this is Astrid, and Nordric, and Sildar. And you all know me. I'm Gundren. Have some food. Eat.
Food, absolutely.
We're just waiting for a couple more, and then we can get started. As you enter.
Before I enter, I shave a piece of the door off in the top left corner,
Okay.
and I put it in my satchel.
You do. It easily comes off. The door's has years of, getting weathered, so it's easily carved right off.
Excellent. Upon walking in, I see the keep, and then I see across the room, I see my good friend Nordric, who I've heard of.
Well, they're in the back room, so you don't see them yet.
Oh, I don't see him at all.
Yep, they're in
I
like a
feel
private
his
room.
presence.
That's
I
all right.
know he is here.
I know you're here, Nordric.
You peel it off.
The
you're like,
bartender looks up,
he's
though.
arrived.
Hello. Welcome. Come in.
Thank you.
What can I get you this evening?
No ale for me tonight. I'm traveling.
Oh?
I'm here to see someone, a friend of mine, Gundren, the Rock Seeker.
Yes. The party's in the back, in the private room.
Thank you.
He'll take you back. Opens the door. Door opens up, and in steps.
Hello there. A pint for this man right over here. I've heard stories about you.
Well, I hope they are at least good stories.
None of them.
All right. Another pint it will be.
A round for everyone. Doesn't matter. Go for it.
All right, what was your name again?
You may call me Caven of Vespus.
Caven, K or
With a C.
I have misspelled your name.
That's all right. They all do.
Caven
It's
what?
a running gag of Vespus.
Of Vespus. All right. Caven, my good friend. I'm typing. Hang on, just 1 second.
Yes, we can be good friends for a moment. That's fine.
Hold on, Caven. I am saving a Word document.
Do you take PDF?
Caven, thank you for coming. I know it means a lot
Thank you.
to have you come.
It's been too long.
I owe you from that time.
We don't speak of that.
Remember down in Waterdeep?
Ladies,
Go ahead and describe yourself.
I am tall. I am slender but muscular. The weight of my armor has made me strong, and it is weathered. I carry a blade that looks like it shouldn't belong to me because it seems 2 sizes too big. However, it has been with me since the beginning. My hair is also graying, and I have a very braided beard.
Very nice.
Come, sit, my friend. You must be tired after the travel.
Absolutely, I walked the entire way. No horses for this one.
Oh, jeez. Well, we'll see if we can get that
Rectified.
rectified, indeed.
You'll rectify nothing.
Caven, this is Red, and Astrid, and Nordric.
Very tall. I'm glad I can see you up here. How's the weather? Do
It's wonderful.
You approach the inn,
Do.
and you see the door just closing as you're about to reach it. You can stop it before it closes all the way.
Stop the door, but could I also look at the door frame for any intentional markings?
In fact, give me a D20. Perception.
Sure, perception. That'd be a 10.
A 10, straight up 10. You don't notice anything. I mean, it's got years of marks and nicks and things. You don't see anything that would stand out as sort of a warning or a marking of like ill repute.
Okay.
So,
I'll enter.
all right, you step in. You just happen to see the bartender and what looks like a man in chainmail step through a back door.
I'll step up to the bar and wait.
Okay. An old guy sitting there, and he's drinking a beer. Hey there, wee fella.
Aye.
How are you?
None for better, none for worse.
Oh.
How's your night going?
The fields are dry. I cannot stand it. I'm not going to be able to prosper this year, I fear. This spring was quite the dry one.
The lack of rain is quite disturbing in these parts.
You hear the door shut, and you see the bartender walk back over. Oh, hello, I didn't even hear you come in.
Not a problem, Master Tavern Keeper.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm here on a summons from a gentleman to which I owe a favor.
And this gentleman's name?
Master Rockseeker.
Ah, yes, let me take you back to him. Do you want a pint first?
Do you have any brandy?
Ah, brandy. Yes. He pulls out a bottle from the lower shelf, pours it, hands it to you.
Thank you kindly.
Right this way. He takes you to the back. Door opens. You guys see the door open?
It's a mighty
Yeah.
small fellow.
You don't see anybody at first, but then right behind the bartender. What's your name?
My name is Paravan Featherfoot.
P-A-R-V-I-N.
I-N, yes.
Featherfoot.
And I'm wearing a dark cloak. The hood's pulled back now, revealing dark brown hair, kind of longer, not so kempt. Clean shaven, dark gray eyes. Just under 5 feet.
Paravan, is that you?
Master Rockseeker.
He hops
There you
down and
are.
walks around. He holds out his hand. It's been a long time, my friend.
I would say too long, but it's not been long enough in my line of work.
Indeed, indeed. You must be famished, sir.
I could eat.
Have your fill.
Thank you.
He walks back around. As he walks back around, Astrid,
Yes.
describe yourself. Because I neglected to ask you.
That's what I was trying
As
to
I
figure out
made
what it looked like.
It's not on the sheets. Whatever you want it to be. Don't let the sheet dictate you.
Don't know the word. Hill dwarf. Yes. Okay, hill dwarf. I am a hill dwarf. I am short, I assume, and stout. I am also a mercenary, so I'm wearing all black. But you can tell that I have some kind of military training.
Maybe a rank insignia stitched
Yes,
on your sleeve or
it's
something.
a sergeant insignia, whatever you think. So yes.
What color hair?
Blonde.
No.
Yeah. Long blonde hair tied back, kind of in a.
And a holy symbol out for all to see.
I have a holy. Oh, because I'm a cleric. Yes, so I would have a
Yes.
holy symbol. Do we know what it looks like? What do you see?
I only see you, Astrid.
It's I believe it's a boot, and
okay.
it's a boot and a sword
Right.
crossing over each other.
Yes, I have boot with a sword. It says that I'm also wearing chainmail
Yep.
all the time. Okay. Yes.
Well, it doesn't have to be all the time.
Okay.
It's just that's what you have for
You can take it off if you want.
right.
Yes, I can. And I probably wouldn't be carrying my axe, but it's probably on me somewhere because it looks cool.
Yeah. And you have the warhammer, not an
It
axe.
seems
Oh, well, it
beyond
says
my
battle
good
axe.
friend.
Oh, you have a battle. No, that's what you're proficient in.
Oh, okay.
You
so I
can
have
wield
a
a battle.
warhammer.
You can wield a battle axe if you like.
Okay, but it's a warhammer or a hand axe.
Yep. You have both.
Yes.
A hand axe and
So they're both behind me because they look cooler that way.
a crisscross across your back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the only way to go.
With a religious symbol.
Peace.
Yes.
Seems beyond this fairy tale of a man over here. It seems there's some very dark, sinister characters among all of you.
And Nordric, go ahead and describe yourself.
I'm about average human size. Let's say about 5'6". A little bit more broad-shouldered and more upper-bodied built than lower-bodied. Work on the docks, having to pull in fish or any kind of
Tire
netting and
ships.
whatnot. Tie ships. I am wearing leather armor that maybe has a little bit of sea salt crust on some parts of it that haven't fully been managed. Longbow with a quiver of arrows and a great sword along my back, as well as a backpack with cooking utensils and a shovel that you can see.
Strapped to the sides.
Exactly.
All right. So, as you all sit down and you're eating and conversing amongst yourself, Gundren's speaking to Sildar quietly, and he's got what looks like a map case in his hands, and he's holding it and fingering the edges of it, and he turns to you guys and says, "All right, friends, you eat, I'll talk. So, I bring you all here for a reason. I need to pay you to do a job for me. A simple job, but that job will lead into something a whole lot better, if everything goes well. So, tomorrow, I need you to wait for a cart that will be delivered out front here. Your rooms here have been paid for the evening so that you can have a nice rest. Then tomorrow, the cart will be delivered early in the morning, full of supplies that I need you to take to a settlement just down the Tribor Trail called Phandalin. And it's not much of a town. It's a settlement. And when you get there, you'll take it, and I should be there by the time you get there. I'm leaving this evening because I have to get there sooner. My compatriot here, Sildar, will accompany me. Then you guys will arrive with the supplies that I need, and my brothers and I will hit the next leg of our arrangement. I'll pay you each 10 gold pieces to get this cart to Phandalin. Should take about 2 to 3 days ride.
What are we going to be transporting in said cart?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a lot of just simple supplies. Things like, let's see, what did I have on that roster? And he's shuffling through some notes, and he goes, it's got an assortment of some mining supplies, some food, sacks of flour, some casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale. I know how many kegs are there, and I expect those kegs to be there when you get there. Some shovels, picks, the like, lanterns, small barrel of oil. It'll have a horse. No, 2 oxen, I believe. Yes. And, yeah, that's it.
I pull Sildar aside for a moment.
Sildar leans over.
Mr. Rockseeker here is a dear friend, and I could never be up to something so sinister if that's what you're plotting. I'd like to know more about what you're doing and why you're not coming with us.
Well, he's got to get there to meet his brothers. I am of the Lord's Alliance. I'm a retired member of the Lord's Alliance from Waterdeep. Now, you would know, being a noble, that the Lord's Alliance is basically the Waterdeep's, Waterdeep is like New York City of this area. It's huge. It's a huge city of the fantasy times. So, and the Lord's Alliance is basically a group of lords that have worked together to secure villages and towns and such around the area. They're a very well thought of group.
It seems odd, a group of 5 people to transport 1 supply of cargo.
Gundren would chime in. That's because I just need to get you there. The next step will be if we find what we're looking for. And he pats the map case that he's
So
holding.
we're not just taking the cart there. We're taking the cart and then we have a job there.
Well, that's the hope.
Once.
This'll pay you to get there.
Okay.
I want to make sure you guys do well. But then I have some more work for you once we get to Phandalin that I'll talk more about when we get there. I have to make sure everything goes well. If it goes well, it'll go well for all of us, if you understand.
So temporary caravan guards all the way to Phandalin.
Now, I'm not going to lie. The road has been known to be beset by highwaymen, goblins, the Tribor Trail especially. And you would all know. I'll show you. So this is a map of the area, and I'll show the viewers at home in a sec. So you guys are here in Neverwinter, okay? This is the high road that leads down to Waterdeep, which is a few hundred miles down the road. The Tribor Trail is here. You would take this Tribor Trail and hit Phandalin, which is right here. One hex equals 5 miles. So.
So we're just going from Neverwinter to Phandalin. So
Correct.
From here to here.
Yep.
Okay. So are we going to get any money up front for our necessities along the way? It's a 2 to 3 day ride.
Well, I've paid for your stay here. They're about halfway down the road. There's a roadhouse that you can stay at. And I'll hit there first, and I'll pay you guys to follow up behind me, because you guys will be about a day behind me.
Okay.
If we run into any issues at all, if I've heard anything, and if the stories are true, we'll be just fine.
I do believe you will do fine. That's why, I have you all here, because I need this to go smoothly. Because if it goes smoothly, I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't want to put the cart before the ox, so to speak.
Feeling all right?
Yes. No, I'm fine. Let's just say there are interested parties that's why I wanted people that I trust. People that I've had rapport with over the years. Because
pleasure.
the secrets that this could uncover would be amazing, and a lot of people will be gunning for it.
I see.
Calm your nerves and rest easy, Gundren. We will get it done.
Excellent, excellent. In the meantime, are you all in agreement?
Sure,
I
yeah.
don't have much choice, you'd say. So
We're getting paid.
Either way, I accept the offer.
Excellent. This will get you into Phandalin. I know some of you have been around the area or might have family in Phandalin, so this will be just a walk home to some. In the meantime, eat up. The food is all paid for. Your rooms here are paid for. The delivery will be in the morning, and then I'll see you in Phandalin.
Until then.
We will see you shortly.
Let's have a toast to future fortunes.
Future fortune.
I'd very much like to give you a nickname.
Be careful what you choose, tall man.
Something in the way of Twinkle Toe.
You might be missing a foot in the morning.
This one's a feisty
Twinkle
one.
toes.
You be careful with him.
If you like, you can call me Perry.
I'll sleep well guarded, Perry.
All right.
Like that would stop anything.
As for me and Sildar, we're on our way. So I will see you in Phandalin.
Be well.
Safe travels.
Stands up and bids you all good evening and heads on out. All right. So, and you guys are free to converse if you like, or head to bed if, because it's evening, but it's not night. So,
I have nothing to scope. I'll be right to the mat.
all right.
So Grundrin is my cousin, and he was touching that map case rather delicately. So there's something going on.
Well, if I know anything, present company excluded, about dwarves, it will possibly mean something of jewels, gold, relatively shininess.
I know nothing of dwarven women. Willing to find out. However, I've known him a long time, and he's not telling me everything.
He did seem to skirt around most every direct question.
Too excited.
Personally, I get the feeling that there's definitely more to the job than he alluded to, but for matters of security, I'd say it's probably best to wait on those additional details until Master Rockseeker's ready to reveal them to us. If you know what I mean.
It's almost as if he was expecting worse out of everything. Instead of just a basic caravan ride from people that he knows and cherishes.
Never known him to be a greedy man. Till morning, then.
Best rest up.
All right. You all get your own individual rooms, and unless anybody has anything else to do, the night passes uneventfully. Next morning breaks, you awake at various times, I assume. Come down. Breakfast is ready. Nice stew, some bread, and after about an hour of sitting around out front, you hear a cart pull up, and in comes a young lad who looks around, sees pretty much just you guys sitting there, and he comes over. Are you the Rockseeker party?
We are.
I have the here, and he gives you a ticket, and it's basically just sign there on the bottom.
Signing. And I give the boy 2 pieces of silver.
Oh, thank you, my lord. Thank you. And he, the oxen and cart are right out front. They're ready to go whenever you are. And with that, I will take my leave.
If you're all ready, I'm getting on immediately.
Yeah, we probably should take off while we still have lots of daylight.
Let us go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So you guys,
Want to ride on my shoulders?
Going to stab you one of these times.
Who here has
Also, Master Kavanagh, if I might say, once we get off the high road, you might not want to be flashing around so much coin.
That'll be my business. I'm sure I can defend it. I brought it this far.
I'm just offering a bit of friendly advice.
Now,
For
let
someone
us
who
not
may or may
argue
not
before
get
the
stabbed.
long trek.
It's gonna be a long ride.
Does anybody know how to drive oxen?
I was just looking for that.
I know.
so
I
on the
picture them.
front, it'll in the bottom left,
Left.
bottom left corner, it should tell you what your proficiencies are. You should see vehicle land if you have the ability. All
Looks
right.
like
Oh
we're
wait,
all
I do
walking.
vehicle land. I do have it.
There you go.
I got it. Vehicle land.
One of you two could
At the helm.
anybody could drive a cart. But if you get fancy with it, if you want to do tricks like, driving up on a two wheels
or do I have to walk next to them?
No, it's a cart. You sit in the front.
Oh, like a chariot?
Yeah. Not a
I prefer
chariot.
to walk,
but
offering piggyback
chariot of
rides to anyone who's taking.
Okay, so I'll be
It's like having four-wheel drive.
You're riding shotgun.
like Little House on the Prairie.
Only Charles Ingalls isn't here.
Oh no.
Darn it! Okay.
So everybody hops on, and there's enough room so that you
We can
guys
all ride in the cart?
can ride in it or ride along it, like ride side on it. And
I'll definitely be walking alongside.
you can walk.
You don't
along
trust my
it.
driving?
It keeps my figure.
It's not. It's not super fast. These
You
oxen
can get
aren't-
calves
aren't
like this
tearing
sitting
up
on a
the-
cart.
You guys ride out of Neverwinter and head on down the high road. And as you go down the high road, you see it's a lovely day. Late spring. Let me change up the beat here.
We need our riding tunes.
This is
I have Spotify.
the road trip remix.
You pop it into your cassette tape, and yeah.
Shotgun chooses to
like a mobile gramophone. It's like, there we go.
So basically, you guys ride down. It's a nice sunny day, late spring, beautiful out. You see birds. The wind sort of sweeps along the plains and rolls the grass as it goes. The road is very nice and even. It's not rough. This is a well-traveled road. You'll see the occasional merchant or peasants walking up, farmers with their cattle along the road. And it's very uneventful. Go ahead.
I hear tale that in a place similar to this that you actually slew 3,000 men. Maybe a bit of an overstatement.
That is quite a bit of an overstatement. I believe I only injured 2 of them, and the other fainted.
That is quite annoying because hearing grasslands drenched with blood of your enemies.
Spend most of my days now just working on the docks in Neverwinter.
Have you been in a fight?
Yes, I have been in many. Most I have not wanted, but have finished.
I'll be able to sleep well tonight then.
Now, something for the rest of you. Never hesitate to interrupt me, and unless I'm like specifically need to get something out before you I'm gonna start monologuing. Well, I shoot him in the face. You can do that
I wouldn't recommend it.
before he finishes monologuing. You can absolutely do that. That is perfectly fine. There's no
my-
cutscenes here that you have to watch.
My evil
He's
plan.
the guy we
Cutscenes
needed.
are
If they're reacting and you're
Somebody
like, I
said
react
yes.
before them, then we got to roll initiative and see who goes first. But otherwise, if you want to talk and converse with each other, I always try to help foster inter-party dialogue.
Okay.
I'm uncomfortable with women my height.
Well, I'm walking right alongside you, aren't I?
Oh, so you guys are walking? Are we 3 in the cart? Or are you
I'm in the cart with my hood up, just kind of
I'll be sitting
slouched in the
front
corner,
Ride.
listening to all these
Opted
crazy
out.
people.
Okay, so the 3 of us are riding. You're in the back seat.
No rides for
He's
the small one.
shotgun.
I prefer walking.
Okay.
Get shotgun.
Master Noble, if you're uncomfortable with women your height, I could shorten you a little bit.
Any day of the
You're
week,
gonna
I would say yes.
You're
However,
gonna-
I don't want to bruise those dainty hands of yours.
I'm gonna take out his kneecap.
I was just going to take both feet, but kneecaps will work too. Cut you down to my size, it'll be a fair fight for you.
I'll happily stand on my knees for you.
You sure I can't make the ox go faster?
You can coax them, but they're beasts of burden.
It's going to
that-
be this way the entire time, dwarf.
The entire time they're arguing.
I know.
Go faster, go faster. The ox are like,
Do we name the ox or what? We'll call this one Sally, and that's Gretchen. Then.
How do we know they're girls?
I looked at their undercarriage.
Interesting. I'm taking note of that for later.
A man my height.
Likes oxen.
So, you guys ride. It's a full day's ride. The sun starts to get low, and you see an inn or a roadhouse, like Gundren had said, on the side of the road as you ride up. A nice, looks like just a farmhouse that was just built really close to the road, and there's a covered barn there that you're able to pull the oxen in, and a young boy comes out and he's like, let me, I will unhook those oxen for you.
You pay the boy this time.
And
You're funny.
he helps lead the oxen in, and he unhitches them and puts feed bags on them and stuff. Just help yourself inside. Just go inside. My father should be in there.
Is his name Swayze?
I approach the door and carve Patrick over the headboard.
Roadhouse.
You guys go in. It's a nice, warm, common room it's kind of like a bar, but it's more like just a eatery table there. And there's an older gentleman there, and he...
Is he eating or is he the server?
No. He's standing there, and
Right.
as you guys come in, it looks like he's just preparing for dinner. He's got stew on a pot.
Well, I'm going to go over to him and ask him if he's seen my cousin.
Ask him if he has fresh fish.
Welcome.
Hello.
Have I seen your cousin?
Yes.
Who is your cousin?
My cousin is Gundren Rockseeker. He should have been here.
Ah, yes, he was
About a
here
day
just
ago.
last evening. He stayed here last night with his taller friend, human. What's his name?
Sildar.
Sildar, yeah.
Did he leave us anything?
Well, they paid for your rooms, if that's what you mean.
I don't like this a single bit.
He didn't leave, like, something else.
I approach
Sweat in the bed, I would imagine.
I approach
Dirt
the
on the
keep.
sheets.
Using my height and superior height, I approach the barkeep and I step a little closer and I lean in. Anything at all?
Roll intimidation. D20, one of your two big ones there. And then add intimidation on your skills on the side there.
Gonna be a charisma modifier.
It's all based on,
That's +2.
so what's your total?
5.
Not a chance.
So
like
he was
laughing.
scrunched down, stirring the soup as you come over, and he stands up and he keeps going, and he stands high. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll thank you to have a seat there, little one.
From behind him. Oh, that's good.
I'm certain he'll give you a ride.
I'm still going to stab you. I'm keeping track.
There was gonna be
How
too
many
many
is that now?
stabbings.
My name is Roth Stormbringer. I'm a retired gent. You might look above the bar there, and you see there's this huge bastard sword over the bar. He's like, I used to be an adventurer. Until Honey! Did you get the stew ready for them? Until I took an arrow to the knee.
There it is.
Well done.
No, dear! I haven't gotten it ready yet! I'll make sure you do! You're probably gonna be hungry! Would you guys like some stew?
Do you have any fresh fish?
No.
Stew it is.
Are we near
Keep
water?
mouthing off like that. He
Well,
might
there is
touch
the
ya.
Sword Coast, which is,
Far
you know,
away?
about 10, 20 miles
Oh.
from you guys.
What kind of stew is it?
A beef, my dear. And you saw cows when you came up.
It checks out.
There are potatoes, too. And we've got some crusty bread.
I'll take a bit.
That's good.
So he breaks it up and gets it all ready for you. And
I sit on the table stewing,
Oh, that's good. Has he
flicking
seen,
a coin across the room.
Have you seen anybody else come through besides our other half of our party? Any other travelers heading our way?
no, lass. I haven't seen any setting the stew bowls before you. I haven't seen any. It's been quite quiet. It's that time of year. Farmers are trying to get the rest of their fields in order before summer strikes. So
How would you see the roads are between here and
Phandalin.
Phandalin?
Well, it's fine all the way on the high road, but as soon as you hit the Tribor Trail, there's been highwaymen, goblin raids, things of that nature.
I leave the inn and go about a half mile down the road, plotting out where we'll be heading.
Okay. It's a nice evening. You're starting to hear the crickets sound as you walk. It's a pretty crisp night, and yeah, it's pretty quiet. You probably you'll see a sign as you walk, and it'll say Tribord Trail about 15 miles down the road.
Do you know the frequency of said incidents of highwaymen or goblins? Any kind of tales?
It depends on if they feel brave enough to take you on your party. I mean, if you're just some farmers, they'll take you on, no problem. But if you're a big, tough group like yourselves, you might see them, you might not.
So essentially, the trails haven't changed that much.
Indeed. You've traveled them then.
A fair bit. Here and there.
Yeah, they haven't gotten much better.
That's fair.
Best to be prepared regardless.
Okay.
I return to the inn and I shave off another piece of the door.
The door.
Nobody notices.
No one notices at all. I guess.
I was seeing if they might notice.
We don't notice.
No, the
Oh, do we notice?
he's outside.
Oh.
There's other people outside, so the sun and so.
Well, I'm out of silver pieces for children. So.
Fresh
Have
out.
some door.
Here's some wood.
Yeah.
So
Some
unless
of your
there's
door.
unless there's anything else, he'll basically
Feed us and put us to bed.
feed you and show you where your rooms are. 2 rooms. One room has 3 beds. One has 2. So
I'd actually like to ask the tavern keeper: how secure are your stables at night?
fairly. I mean, we're still pretty good on the highway, on the high trail there, or high road. So they don't stray this far.
That's
So
fair.
our oxen and all of our stuff, because there's a lot of stuff in our car.
That was my thinking.
Yes.
I would actually still like to, if it is okay with you, be able to sleep in the barn with the animals. They
Sleep with the ox?
talk less.
Absolutely, come with me. I'll show you the way.
Thank you.
Well, no.
Ladies, if none of you are interested in a nightcap, I'll be off as well.
I'm good.
Well, I would like to retire early.
Okay. And with that, we're going to take our first break. So we're going to take a little intermission just so people can use the restroom and maybe grab a bite. And we'll be back just after this. Oh, hello. And welcome back. We're playing Lost Mine of Phandelver. And this is the D&D Starter Kit. And this is my merry band of crew. My merry crew of
Ghostly ghost.
pirates. All right. Let me get some tunes rolling here. All right. So, you wake the next morning. Rooster crows, waking you up fairly early.
Could I say about halfway through the night, I'd like to sneak out to where the cart is
Absolutely.
and take the last half of the night in the cart?
Sure. Roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Let's see if you get out of the room stealthily.
Well, that's pretty good. That would be 23.
23.
He's definitely sleeping.
Why don't you roll a perception check? Perception. P.
3. 20.
Almost. You're sneaking out and you're like the night. You're the shadow. And you see Caven. You see Caven like settle back down,
Little man.
as you sneak. And you're like and you keep going.
What about getting to the cart?
Yes, so roll a perception.
Okay.
Let's see if you hear him come in. Are you being sneaky out there too? You're 21 old.
Less.
Starts
sneaky.
banging bagpipes.
Huh? Less.
I don't care so much.
Okay.
if
Kicking
anyone sees
buckets.
me
You just come in.
getting-
Let's see if you wake. Let's see if you wake up. You don't have a high number to beat.
11. 14.
You stir as you hear somebody come in.
Okay. Hearing an odd sound, I'll wake up. kind of look around, see if I can visually see what is making that noise besides.
I'm assuming he's at the head of the cart sleeping.
I'd be, I don't know, hay
I've
pile
just
next to
stirred.
him, next to the cart, something like that.
All right.
Clean hay
Peek
pile.
around. And then climb into the cart.
So you can climb into the cart. Don't steal anything.
Wasn't planning on it.
And I'll go back to sleep.
All right.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna stay in the room the whole night.
And that's fair. That's a
I
fair
have no
point.
desire.
Pretty much unless you're a rogue, that is what normally happens.
I have no other options.
I would like to sleep.
Early morning, rooster crows, waking you up. Everybody converges in the.
I have fastened my legs into the doorpost, and I'm doing upside down crunches,
Nice.
topless.
As you're doing that, you notice that the other bed. Did you leave it empty or did you?
Make a fake doll.
Oh no, I did a pillow bottom.
I got like a pillow.
So you see your compatriot is still sleeping as you're doing your presses and making your grunts, and
You're just trying to impress your pillow body.
you ladies are coming out and you hear grunting behind the door as you pass the men's room.
Perception.
Or would that be insight? Like, like what's happening?
Do we disturb them or just keep going?
I wonder.
I decide to knock on the door.
You hear a knock on the door.
I thud to the ground and I approach. Of course, I'm a little sweaty, and I open, and I just have pants. And I open the door. Can I help you?
Well, I heard some odd noises coming from behind it.
It's only odd. Well,
I guess it is odd. You're right.
I suppose it is odd. I'll try to keep it down.
Thank you.
I close the door promptly and return to my training.
The pillow decoy is laughing hysterically.
And you guys just get up and come into the common room. Unless
Yep.
you have something.
If
I don't know. Is there gonna be calisthenics out there too?
no,
No.
if Paraven is not already up, I will wake
I'm
them.
already up.
Yeah, and then we.
I'm
will,
just sitting there
gonna
watching,
say-
waiting for you to walk by.
And then we will just walk into the, I don't know, inn.
Yeah, well, it's a
The
roadhouse.
B&B.
It's a house.
Roadhouse.
I just like saying roadhouse.
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 Everybody does.
Patrick. All right. So you walk in. You ladies come downstairs as these two are coming in from
Okay.
outside, which is odd because you saw the
Oh yeah.
sleepy
'cause-
form and.
Oh. Really quick, there's somebody else upstairs.
I've walked down the stairs as well, fully clothed now.
He beat you down here.
I'm trying to keep it.
Keep it clean.
PG.
Stay in character. Keep it together.
Libby.
You're pretty slow for such a loudmouthed hero.
That's just fine, isn't it?
Sure.
Where'd you spend the night?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know.
Excellent. I don't answer.
And
Go
the
about
lady of the
whatever I
house,
was doing.
a stout, round, older lady comes out and she's got a tray and then she puts on eggs, bacon,
I greet her warmly,
and oatmeal.
kissing her the side of her cheek. Oh. Good morning, darling.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you. There's no need for that. Just eat, eat. My husband will be down in a little while. You get a little hair in your mouth.
I don't suppose I could get a pint.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's early. I mean, I don't know.
No, this,
Do you drink?
Drink more than
Do you
can.
drink Twinkles?
she comes back with a pint, places it on the table.
Appreciation, mother.
So, and you guys eat, unless there's any conversation that's to be had, and head on out.
I'm assuming that the ladies slept well.
Very much so. Yes.
You're a bit of a recluse.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Marvelous.
While he's
Now-
talking to
Good
them,
talk.
can I see any sort of coin pouch hanging from a belt?
From which one?
Here it comes.
Him.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Kevon.
Do you have a coin pouch on your belt?
I have a hidden coin pouch, and I am secretly very aware of his movements.
Are you though?
Well, let's find out. If you're gonna do anything, we'll show with the dice.
I mean, I'm just looking at the
Oh,
moment.
you're just looking. Just looking.
At the moment.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You just let me know.
So one thing I will. So this brings me to a moment where I can tell you a little bit about your character sheet. On the side, in the top right corner, you'll see 4 boxes, and in those 4 boxes gives you a little insight into your characters, how they are, And you don't have to play these to the line. You can play these as you will. These are just sort of guidelines. Again, gives you a little idea about their personality, their bonds. What's that? Traits. Ideals.
Traits and
Ideals,
flaws.
bonds, and flaws. And that just gives you kind of an idea so that you know how to take this character. Yeah. So, not to have you steer away from what you're playing now.
No, this
But-
actually goes in pretty soon. I didn't even
And-
need
It's
it.
like I actually relate to this character very well.
And what's good is when you make your own characters, when you're handed pre-made character sheets, it's kind of tough because you're
Yeah,
like.
this is a little tough.
But when you make your own characters, it's a lot more complicated, but it's your own.
Because you know it.
Right.
can
And you
tailor
put
it.
your own bonds and
You
flaws
get,
and
you get to kind of make a character how you want
Right.
to play them.
Strangely enough, this character is a germaphobe, and it says it right here.
Perfect.
I'm like, yeah, yes, absolutely.
Mine has very little experience dealing with people on a casual basis.
There you go. So
There you go.
Me not talking.
filthy casuals.
You're only formal, so do I have to speak in some sort of other upscale rhetoric to impress you?
Yes.
I constantly,
noble is showing.
I do not pretend to be something
You would
I
know
am
being
not.
down there.
I'm very
You're
off the cuff.
You wear it right out on your sleeve.
Yeah, right there.
And also very uncomfortable with who you might actually be.
Yeah, who knows?
Seems to know.
Or who others believe
Or
I
others
am.
believe you too.
So, you guys hit the road, and you travel about half a day, and you get to the Tribor Trail offshoot. And you turn down that road, and it goes from a nice, well-worn road to a rough and tumble path. So it's a rough ride.
I
going
take
down
the
this.
lead off in front of the ox. Sally. Gretchen.
Like any road in Montana.
Literally
Any dirt
any-
road.
A little bit
No
further
longer
than
riding
Sally
in the
and
back.
Gretchen.
Depends on where you're at. Sometimes it's a paved road.
Offer
now,
still
too.
on the table there, Fleetfoot.
I will walk off to the side, kind of towards the front,
Okay.
just keeping an eye off what might be along the road as opposed to on the road.
All right. And as you you ride for probably a good 2 to 3 hours, and you notice it starts getting noticeably quiet. Like the birds were singing in the trees and stuff like that, and they're not singing nearly as much. Or you'd see like squirrels or deer or something bound off the trail ahead, and they're not there now.
I take a moment to step out of my typical dealings with Featherfoot, and I ask him, "Do you hear anything?"
Hear about as much as you do, which isn't much.
That makes me uncomfortable.
So you come to around a bend, and
While we
Go
go around the bend, if he's not watching me directly, I'd like to go about 10 feet off the road into the brush and stealth alongside.
give me a roll.
Blam.
18.
Okay, that's decent. Okay, alrighty. So, and as you come around the bend, up ahead on the road, you spot 2 dead horses that are sprawled across the road, blocking the path in front of you. Each has several black feathers sticking out of them, arrowed feathers sticking out of them. And you'll see that the woods press close to the trail on either side here with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side.
I request that you stop the ox.
Yeah, I think we should probably jump off at this point and fight them.
I will, when I step off of the cart, I will actually make my way to the back of the cart and watch where we have come from. Just
Okay.
kind of scanning the tree line.
And I approach the horses.
As he does that, I'd like to knock an arrow.
Okay. So, Just you're approaching the horses? You're in the back. You're still on the wagon, but
No, I got off the wagon
Okay.
and I'll go to the front of the wagon, but I'll go near the horses.
where are you going to be?
I'll probably stay on the side of one side of the wagon.
All right. And you're off doing that. Okay. So as you approach, you notice something. As you're approaching the two dead horses, you see that's Gundren's horse. That's his saddlebag. And you see that the saddlebags have been looted, and there's stuff, bits of food or parchments and stuff on the road all over the place. And right in the dirt, right by the horse, you see the leather map case.
I grab the map immediately.
So you reach down and you pick up the map case, and it flops open. The seal has been broken. It's empty. And as that happens, everybody give me a perception check.
What is that again?
The D20,
D20.
the big one.
Large one. There we go.
And then you add the number.
Yep.
Yes, that was correct.
Perception.
Which one was it?
It's not great.
Yeah, the big one.
12.
I'm assuming this is going to be 9 or 6 right there. With the dot.
17.
It's a 9.
That's a 9. 9.
Yeah, dots,
Nine.
I'm not even trained in it. That's awesome.
dots at the bottom.
I got a
That's the number.
17.
11.
17, 11. Hang on, let me just check something. All right. So let's find out what number you have to beat. Jeez. So anybody above 15?
17.
17? So you're not surprised. You're the only one that's not surprised. Everybody
I'm not
else is
surprised.
surprised. Now, what a
not
surprised round is you don't get to act this turn. Basically, your reaction is you're surprised. So we're going to go into combat. I'm going to ask you to roll initiative, which is the 20-sider
Initiative,
plus
Yep, it'll be in another 20-sided.
up in the top, in the middle
here.
little
Oh,
box
so I can
in the
minus
top.
that?
That is
Show,
correct.
show her where that is right there.
Oh, plus.
So add that to your 20.
That's
8.
yeah.
6
Yeah.
minus 1, so 5.
Wait, is that
All
a nine
right.
or six?
There's a dot. Right.
We're at the bottom, so that's a,
Oh, so it's a
it's a 9.
Okay.
I just learned that.
That's on the bottom. Yeah.
All right.
I'm wildly incompetent at this.
So glad you're a strong fighter.
We're in
Maybe
the same
I'm the
boat.
folk guy. Plot twist.
Starting to question
Hang
your
on, I'm just-
ability.
Who was your family again?
Your sword is made of
You're
rubber,
a
isn't it?
fighter
My
or
sword
a
is not
flighter?
something I use for battle at all.
Just a prop.
I just carry it on me because I love it. I fight with something else.
All right, hang on. I'm just adding you to the roster.
Whoop.
You're in the right chair?
Yeah, all right. There we go.
Almost done here.
Totally fine.
What I'm doing is setting up a turn list that'll basically tell me
Who goes first.
who goes next.
So since I wasn't surprised,
Yep.
do I get to like alert everybody? Is that going to be like one of
Well, that'll be what you do. You can do that along with, you can talk for free.
like there's something?
Is it still that you cannot react to somebody's essentially speech until your turn?
Right. So she can
wanted to
shout
double check
out, "We're being attacked," but
Okay, so I'm not surprised. So what do I see?
Yes.
well, hang on. I'm almost done. Should have had this prep, but I'm almost done.
And I believe that you're, from the fact that you're not surprised, is that regardless of our numbers, you will go first in this
In this
pseudo round.
Okay.
And then it will go to regular initiative.
Right. So
afterwards.
basically, you're just surprised, and then
Which would make me question why you're not surprised at all, which means you're up to something.
No, because I have the ability to draw upon the gods, and they tell me stuff.
right,
She's
call
right.
that
She's
which
right.
Gods are you worshiping?
what did you get for
the
initiative?
gods of boot and sword.
Initiative, I got
And sword.
11.
11. All right. Nordric,
I got 22.
22.
I rolled a 19.
God.
Parvis?
Perry.
Perrin.
Padavin.
Paravan. I've got it written on my other paper.
So fun. I also got a 22.
Wow, you guys are-
Oh, you guys get
That'll
a
be
big ass
interesting.
number. Big numbers.
Ah.
That's what I'd
Caven?
like to know.
What'd you get?
5.
Oh yay!
A 5.
I'm not the last.
No.
And what'd you get,
An 8.
Astrid?
8.
8.
Almost to the double digit.
All right. And let's see when they go. Oh my god.
I think we have a chance.
Or we have no chance.
Or we have no chance at all.
They either got like a 3 or like a 29.
Caven
No.
takes an arrow in the eye.
Guys, they're
I just see them all stutter step at the same time. I'm not sure what this means.
A little shell shocked, to be honest with you.
All right. Sort by largest. Sorry, I'm trying to do this all technical like. Okay. So, largest to smallest. Okay. So, as you guys are sneaking up and you're looking in and you're like, it's empty.
Map's empty.
You hear as goblins come up on either side of the embankment. 2 on either side for a total of 4. 2 in the front near you have swords, and the 2 in the back have arrows. And we're going to go into our first turn of conflict. So let me cue that skirmish music. Okay. So, first one up is
I thought it was me because I'm not surprised.
surprise round.
no. It's but it's the surprise round. So Nordric, you're first, but you're just like, oh, what? You're just totally thrown by the fact that
Trying to figure
there's-
out where the noise
yeah,
is
where
coming
they're
from.
coming from. Then we've got Paravin. Let me turn the music down just slightly. Paravin, you go next, but you're like, you had no idea, but they don't see you either. So they don't even look. They're not even looking at you. Then we have Red. You weren't. You were surprised. So you're. This is totally just come. They're coming out of the woodwork, literally. Then Astrid. What would you like to do first?
So I'm in the front
Correct.
of the cart. Do I have a war hammer? How do I have to? I would like to go at one with my war hammer.
Okay. So they're on an embankment
So I have to
currently,
move.
and
I'm
you
short.
can, and you were near the cart, so it's
Okay.
uneven ground, so you can move to them. Now, if this were a little more advanced, we'd have miniatures and stuff like that, but we're not going to do that because we're learning. First you learn to crawl, then you walk, then you run. So, as you go up the embankment, it's rough, it takes you a few minutes, but you manage to get up and close the distance to one of the goblins on the left-hand side.
Okay.
Go ahead and take a swing.
Okay. Which dice is that?
So you roll the big one, roll
big
the
one.
D20.
D20.
And then what do I do? What do I add to that? Ooh, it's a 19. So I'm thinking I'm going to do something.
So see
And then
on
it
the
will-
middle there?
If you're using your Warhammer,
Middle.
you'll add your attack bonus here.
Yep.
Which is, it's right here. It is
Oh,
4.
4. Okay, so 19, 20, 22, 23.
23?
Yes. And-
So you hit their armor class, their
Okay.
AC,
Okay.
which is a 15.
Ooh, okay.
Normally you don't know, but I'll tell you. So it's kind of, this is the first combat, so it's all out on the open, so you see what's up. So they have an AC of 15. That's just how hard they are to hit. They've got leather armor. They're also quick and nimble, so they're harder to hit. You rolled 20, so go ahead and roll your damage. It should be in
Okay, so
that
it's a
next little
D8,
box.
It is
a
a-
1d8.
So it's
Yes.
a little diamondy one.
It will
This
be
one,
this
this
one
one.
here.
Yep.
That one. Okay, so roll this, and then it says +2.
Correct.
So this is, it's a 3.
3 plus 2.
No, it's a 3 altogether.
Oh, 3
one.
altogether. So yes.
She tickled him.
Yeah.
Well, you come scrambling up the hillside, and you're like, I'm gonna get you. And then you bring down your hammer, and you just manage to he jumps out of the way, and you just happen to crack his leg, and you
Oh,
hear
that's
a
good.
little, he yips and moves back. And I will take away some of his hit points, so -3. So he's at that. All right. And that takes us to our fighter, who is surprised as well. Basically, you're looking at this, and then you hear shouting behind you. So you spin around, and you're completely caught off guard by the fact that there's a bunch of goblins around you.
I reach for my side though, and I unfasten.
4.
I unfasten my sword, which is attached to my top cloak, and let everything drop off of me. It's
Okay.
like my unholster. Everything
So
falls
you
off.
start going for your sword, and you start pulling it off.
No, I let the sword drop. The sword is not my weapon.
Oh.
I drop it.
Oh, all right, you drop it. So you're dropping that, all right, and now it's the goblins' turn. So the 2 goblins that are, so let's see. You guys are back by the cart. So the 2 are gonna head for you.
Good.
Since you're the big scary human in the front, the 2 with swords are gonna come down the embankment running at you, and they're gonna swing.
I can react.
Your AC is your reaction, basically. So the first one's gonna try and hit with scimitars they're using. So
AC is
4.
your armor class.
Oh.
And that
So
is essentially
7,
the defense
8,
of your
9,
character,
10,
whether or not it's
11.
raw
Will
armor,
an 11 hit your AC?
plus, like,
I'm
you know, how
17.
meaty your person is,
So
or
he
whether
comes
you're
in, he
dexterous.
runs down the hill, he swings
For you,
wide,
because dwarves
completely missing you. You
type
just kind of
casted,
step
you're
back, and he's
very much less dexterous.
just right in front of you.
Instead, you're very
The second one,
durable.
Okay.
So, but you actually have a really nice
12
armor class.
plus 4,
I have
4,
14.
16. Just misses. This one
three,
comes
have a negative.
from the other side. As you're stepping back, you just catch him out of the corner of your eye, and you move just as it slices right where you were standing.
perfect.
So a goblin, in case you don't know, is a little green, like pointy nose, pointy ears, lots
Like a
of
Halloween
teeth.
goblin.
Yeah. And green skinned, little limbs. They're just
Would hope that you would
they're
dodge them.
they're awful little children is what they are.
They're
Except for the
nightmare
ones- no,
children.
well,
Right.
Like,
All right.
oh, you're so cute.
So that one missed you as well. So those 2 missed. Now there's 2 left with bows. They're going to turn and shoot at you guys at the cart.
Oh boy.
So,
Oh, I ran up the embankment.
right, you did. So you are fighting one, so he can't shoot you, or he can't really shoot because he's engaged with combat with you, and he doesn't have the ability to shoot in combat without
Okay.
having it affect him.
Okay.
So he drops his bow and pulls a scimitar as well and slices at you.
If you lose an arm, I swear to the 9.
I don't think he's going to. I think he probably falls down.
No, he rolled a 2.
So the scimitar
Plus
goes-
4, so 4, 5, 6. 6, I assume, does not hit your AC.
I have 18.
Right. So he
Because
just
I'm very-
he
Just
drops
looked
his
up
bow
and pointed and swung at it.
he sees you coming up the hill, so he drops his bow and he pulls out his sword and he tries to slice you with the sword as it comes out of his holster, and he completely misses you
Perfect.
right over your head because you had not fully come up the hill
I
yet.
scream up to you to come back down. Why did you run up there?
Well, now it's just you and the one goblin on this one side. The other 2 have run down, and there's one more on the other side shooting at. Let's see. Let's have chance decide.
Percentile.
That was a tilty. All right. Gonna shoot at you.
Me it is.
So he sees you sneaking around the back there, and he thinks you're gonna try and come around behind. Nope. So they roll like junk today. So I rolled a 4 plus 4. That's
Wildly
8.
incompetent
Does
goblins
not
here
beat
today.
my armor class.
That does not beat your armor class. So he shoots at you, but just it hits the side of the wagon
Or catches it with his
and
fingers.
doesn't even like.
Not a monk.
Yeah.
As told in full.
As told by the tales.
That's what I heard.
We always have.
When
the
this is
story.
over, I'll tell him what happened.
The storyteller.
So they missed, and now it's back at the top, and we're gonna go with you.
Alrighty. I will actually, after he fires a arrow at me, and it, I'm assuming, lodges into the side of the cart, I will then move to the appropriate side of the cart. You said he was on our left side, correct?
He's on your left, the one that No, he's on the right-hand side.
Okay.
She's fighting the one on the left-hand side.
Okay. So I will actually move over to the right side of the cart.
Okay. You see the goblin was there. He shot at you. He sees you come around. He's like, "I'm gonna get you."
Let's see. Yeah, I will knock arrow with my longbow.
Oh no!
Fire at him.
That's bigger than mine. He's just got a short bow.
Natural 20.
Blows away.
First nat 20 of the game. Bravo.
Well done.
Thank you.
Let's do some damage.
That's the honest one right there.
That's
what
the
really
best I will
happens.
do.
So, for those that don't know, when you roll a critical roll, you double your damage dice, but not your plus, because you're not extra strong, but you get you're better at your shot.
Okay,
So-
so it is 2d8 then for,
Right.
so it'll be 7 plus 5, so 13 plus 3, or 12, sorry.
So a total
Right.
of 15.
12 plus 3, so 15 damage.
So they have 7 hit points.
Okay.
Goodbye, Goblin.
Basically, he sees you come around. He's like, "I'm gonna get you," and then you pull that, and it just goes right through his face and out the back. The arrow doesn't even stop and stick in him. It just goes clean through and through, and he just
Bone dry.
falls over
I now have 19 arrows.
dead.
You
Okay,
have to keep track of ammunition.
that takes us around to the
probably
rogue.
If it went through and through, it
There are
depends on
two
where it went
goblins
to.
on Kavan over here.
Yes, 2 on him.
All right. Well,
may be able
with
to
my
make
arrow
some.
knocked, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at one of those.
All right,
And since I'm stealth, do I get the sneak attack?
you do.
Sweet.
The sneak.
That's better. 20.
20 it is. 20 hits. They've only got a 15, so you more than hit. Let's see how much
All
damage
right.
you do.
And
Now, it
with
wasn't a
sneak
nat
attack-
20,
It wasn't a nat 20.
so he just, with all his
It
plus
added
20.
together.
but I
yeah.
do get sneak attack damage.
You do.
Which gives me a second d6. And I
Yes,
rolled a
you
6
do.
on the first one,
Oh.
and a 5 on the second one. So that's 11 points of damage.
So that one that had almost caught you off guard suddenly falls forward, and there's an arrow sticking out of the back of his head.
Okay. So when I was young, I was taught one single arcane ability that allowed my arms to solidify for a few moments, and I
Okay.
use my right arm to take out the one on my right.
All right.
So that is, of course, I have my speed is 30 feet. What is that, Matt?
That's just if we were using maps to
So-
see how far you can move to.
So what I would be rolling for strength, or how am I?
Correct.
Okay, my strength is +5.
If you're just doing unarmed combat,
Unarmed, yes.
You might be
this
looking at
one.
saving throw.
Sorry. Okay, yeah. Up here, it's +3 for strength,
yep.
and so that one.
You would roll your d20 plus 3 plus 2 because you're proficient in it.
Sure.
So a total of 5.
Total of 5. Okay, very good. So that is 5 plus 3.
Plus 3. Oh, 5 plus 3?
You rolled a 5.
I did.
So you plus 3 and plus 2 for your proficiency.
So,
So
5.
it's 10.
So it's
10.
a 10 total.
10 total.
So it doesn't quite connect. You bring that fist around and you just miss him. He leans back himself and he was not expecting you to. He was looking at the sword and
Right.
saw the fist come at him. Wow!
As I planned.
And we hear giggling from Perry in the side.
You would think you would. But you hear
All right. So there's
true.
2 goblins
Threw up
left.
my mojo. I had a plan for both of them.
There's 2 goblins left. One you're fighting
Yes.
and one
Yes.
Caravan's fighting. Okay. So that brings us to. Oh, you jumped ahead, Caravan, but that's okay. It was actually Red's turn.
Alright, so I'm on the right side of the.
You're up by the front of the cart. You see him fighting and you see her fighting up at the top there.
Alright, so then the other 2 would be
Dead.
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 You see one laying next to him in the dirt, and
Okay.
the one up on this other hill, he's fallen
Right.
dead as well.
So I would go and help him.
Okay.
Probably use my short sword.
All right.
So that's a 4. Then the attack bonus plus 4,
So a total of 8.
8, and then
So
it has plus 2 piercing.
Well, that's for damage.
Damage. Okay.
So you come running up. You've got 8, which they have a 15. As you come running up, he's already jumping back from his swing, which is kind of happening all at the same time. And you swing, but miss completely, and just kind of go
Which
into
I'm
the dirt.
grateful for. It
Okay.
All right, that brings us to Astrid.
Okay, so he's still near me, so I can use the Warhammer again on him.
Correct.
So I do this one.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, so it's 12 plus
Plus
this number.
the-
Okay,
yep.
so 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 16.
You hit.
Okay, and so then I hit with, this is the 1d8 plus 2.
Correct.
So 4, 5, 6.
6 total.
Yes.
All right, he's dead. So basically, you, as you've got your hammer down from when you hit him before, you bring your hammer up and catch him right under the chin and send him flying back into the brush. And he's just, his feet are sticking out of the brush dead. All right. And that would bring us to you, but you took your turn early, so we're just going to skip that and go to him. The goblin's gonna look and not notice that his buddies have all died around him, and swing anyways. 16 plus, I believe 4, so that'll hit. That's a 20. So they gets a 1d6 plus 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 5 hit points to you.
Okay.
So just right in your little scratch area there.
Right here.
So
Yep.
your current hit
The
points should
12.
have been 12 plus your Constitution modifier.
Well, that's already added. So
Right. Oh, it is already added?
Yeah, so it's
Okay, so you basically just subtract from 12, and that's what your current hit points
And you
are.
said 5?
5 points. Yep.
Okay, so that
So
gives me
basically, as he's jumping back, she brings her short sword down. You're swinging. He brings up his scimitar and stabs you right in the side, right under your chain
Can I
shirt.
use my solidified arm as a deflection?
Well, that's part of your AC.
Okay.
So as you bring it down, you stop it from going deeper by bringing your arm down and shoving it out of your
Okay.
out of the side where he's stabbing you. You see a little blood trickle down your pants.
Okay.
All right. That'll bring us back to Nordric.
Okay, so after finishing off the goblin that was up on top, I will look to the final one that is in combat with Caven and
Red.
I'm assuming Red? No, okay. And I will
The red one.
essentially time my shot to where there is an opening and fire at the goblin.
Okay.
Let's hope he rolls high.
So the dot, so that's 9 plus 7, so 16.
Oh my God, you still hit with a. So yeah, you wait. You're waiting. You're looking. Draw your bow back. And you fire, and it launches.
Okay, and I do 3 plus 3, so it'll be 6 damage.
Quite dead. So you stick him. It flies right between all you guys and sticks him right in the side. Ah! He lets out a scream and clutches the arrow sticking in him. Ah! All right, Paravan.
How far is the goblin standing with these two?
Probably about 15 to 20
9
feet
to
away from
All
you.
right, with 25 feet of movement, can I run up behind him
Sure.
and slit his throat from behind?
Sounds good. Let's-
If I don't miss. It's 16.
16 will hit.
All right. And that's
That's all you
4
need.
points of damage.
He had 1 hit point left. So he's like, ah! All of a sudden, you guys see a hand just come out of nowhere around his mouth. Slit his throat. And Paravin's standing right there next to you suddenly.
I pick up the edge of your cloak that's on the ground and wipe his blood off my blade.
That's quite all right. I wasn't
Put it
using it
away.
anyway.
Can I try and retrieve the arrow from the other goblin standing next to him?
Sure. Let me just roll percentile.
I would like to say thank you for your assistance.
You're
Yes.
most welcome.
You were able to retrieve it.
I
don't
am going
need your
to. I'm still over by the cart for right now. I'm essentially just going to be looking around, making sure there's going to be no other ambushes from goblins and whatnot. After determining it is relatively clear, I will look to the rest of the group who is now, for the most part, conglomerating around the horses. And I will say, try not to disturb the areas as much. We need to find out what has been happening here besides an ambush spot.
And I'm tying my cloak around my waist that I've taken back from you, bloodied, tie it around my wound, pick up the map, and showing everyone that whatever was in here is gone. Obviously, this was...
I will also come join you guys, by the way.
This was clearly a setup, and I think this was actually something we were supposed to find.
Is that not Gundren's?
It's his horse, and if I was being,
So as you're pointing around,
Sildar's horse likely as well.
as you're pointing around at the ground, everybody go ahead and roll survival check.
What is that? Is it a 20?
20?
Yep, D20.
Yes, it is.
And where do you see the survival?
Survival is down on the bottom.
Towards the bottom.
Plus 3.
Where is it? On this one?
All right, I rolled
Yeah,
6.
21.
What's that?
Very
6.
nice.
6.
2.
15.
7.
Okay, so you two, you more than him, you start to notice some tracks. You're like, oh, look, there's tracks here. And looks like there was a fight here. And you happen to see that these tracks, you just see the tracks in the area.
Yeah.
But you actually see where a set of 2 larger footprints are dragged off the side of the road and heading into the thickets.
Oh, okay. So can I alert my party to this and show
Yeah.
them? Okay, so here's all these tracks, and I see larger feet, which I'm assuming would be Sildar, being dragged somewhere.
And as you look closer, you see a set of what looks like Gundren's size feet, your size feet, dwarven feet, next to him, being like scuffled off in the same direction.
So they
Oh,
might
they're
not
all going the same way.
They
Yes.
might not necessarily be dead.
No, I think they were taken.
And as you walk a little bit off the trail, you move some of the thickets aside with your high roll. A survival roll usually is like things that you do in the wild, like tracking. So it's sort of a catch-all. Like, do you find food? Do you find, shelter? Do you find tracks in the snow and stuff like that? So you move the brush aside, and you actually see a little path that leads off into the deeper woods.
Like a footpath or
Yep.
like a cart path?
Nope, like a footpath.
Okay, so we can't bring the cart with us.
No.
So do we all go together?
Yes.
Well, I mean, if Gundren's not going to be at the end of the trail, what's the point in delivering the supplies?
So I think we should hide the cart in the woods.
That's a very good idea.
However, what if the people that are waiting for the shipment are part of this and are waiting for it to arrive
Well-
for it to arrive anyway?
We can't get through with the horses, though.
Are you talking about part of the ambush? Because clearly this was an ambush.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
Well, then they're not going to get the supplies at the end of the road, are they?
no, but if we play into that,
I would say we'd probably best off finding our employer before we spring any further traps, wouldn't you?
But aren't you of the fleet foot? Couldn't you go off ahead?
You're trying to send me off on my own?
Top of the trees?
I mean, I can
I don't
see
know,
you're
it's
such
dangerous.
a cunning warrior.
It's
you took out those
dangerous.
2 goblins.
It's dangerous
Listen.
to go
So
alone.
deftly.
Pervin and Caven, I will stay with the cart. I have already sworn that I will get this cart to Phandalin regardless. We need to find out what has happened to Gundren and to Sildar.
See, these are the questions. This is the man right here.
I think we should move the cart off the trail, cover the cart with nature, and I think we all need to stay together because you are a strong fighter, and he is injured.
As you guys look around, you do see little alcoves where you could pretty much pull the car off and behind some trees and thickets that it would be nice and covered.
Fine. Do
I'd
the
be
thing.
aligned to listening to Gundren's next of kin and following her lead on this.
I think
Fine. We can put
Fine.
we can put the cart over into this area. Tie off the oxen so they do not go anywhere.
okay.
Why don't you take point, you cunning, fleet-footed thing, you?
You know, I might.
Please make sure that they don't kill each other.
All right, so you guys hide the oxen in the cart. As you step back, you look, You can't see it, and the oxen are just happily munching on the nice green grass below their feet, so they're not going to go
Can we
far.
like, what do you call it? Like pilfer the goblins' bodies to see if they have anything on
can.
them?
I would also like to try to retrieve my arrow that didn't go through and through.
You could, because I give you basically a % chance to find out how many arrows you can find.
Okay.
So, 32, you only find the one
Okay.
that was stuck. You can't find the other one that went through and
So
through
the other one
and
went
off.
sailing.
And
Yeah.
I want to know how much money the one who stabbed me has.
Yep. Yep. Get you
Can
that.
I search one of the
info.
goblins that I killed?
All right. So. All right. In yours, you find a coin purse with okay. You find a coin purse with 4 gold,
Tough luck.
4 silver, and 9 copper. All right, in the one that you're searching,
That's the 20?
what's that?
That's the 20?
No, I roll it.
Oh,
I'm,
you roll it.
I'm
Oh,
rolling
great.
what you find in his pocket.
Sweet.
I got a cool random chart, what
I
you
don't have
find
to
in a
do
goblin
anything.
pocket. So in yours,
Finds lint.
you're reaching in and you feel something.
Oh.
Feels like a necklace. You pull it out. It's a necklace of teeth.
Excellent. I put it on.
Some are human, some are not.
That's all right.
Some you're not sure.
I'm unconventional.
All right, and there's 2 other ones.
Accessorizing, it's important.
You like
You're
that?
going to search the one you slammed.
Yes.
11. All right. You reach in, you feel something with feathers. You pull it out. It's snagged in there. It's a pheasant carcass.
Should throw that out.
But there's something odd about it. It's glowing.
Do I know why it's glowing? I have.
You do that thing you do.
What thing?
You have the magic, don't you?
I have some magic. Do I have any magic that can tell me what's wrong with it?
No.
No.
I don't know about.
You could detect magic. The wizard can. Let me see if you have. Red.
Can I use that?
That's what I'm checking to see. Because the one thing that you need to be careful of as a caster at first level is, and some DMs will delight in making you cast your spells because you only have a certain amount of spells per day. So you have 2 slots. You've got 4 prepared spells from Burning Hands, Detect Magic, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, and Sleep. So those are your spells. Those are your spells in your spell book. You can prepare 4 of those spells per day. Okay, so you have them at the ready. It means you can't cast the ones that you don't prepare. Usually in the morning, as part, and I forgot to inform you, but that's why we're learning. So at the beginning of the day, what you'll do is you'll pick the spells you think you're going to use that day. You know, you might go, I'm not going to use Shield today, or I'm not going to use Detect Magic. You know, I'm not going to pick those 2. I'll pick these other 4. You know, and then you can cast 2 spells per day of those 4. So, and you can cast the same spell twice, but then you're spent.
Okay.
Okay.
And then for
The cantrips are free spells at will. You can cast those all day long. That's why because it's a little cheap at first level. Because back in the old days, it used to be you cast your 2 spells and you were done. I'm good. I cast my magic missiles. I'm going to stand in the back while you guys all take care of that evilness.
Okay.
So detect magic is a spell that would take one of your daily 2 spells.
Okay.
So,
would I have to like say which ones?
yeah, you could underline them or put a little dot next to the ones you've got prepared.
Okay.
However you want to mark it.
Do I need to call it out though? Or
No,
is
you
that
don't have to
just
tell me, just as long as
Okay.
you know
Okay.
and keep track of that. So you can cast it, but Astrid, as you're looking around through this pheasant, you
Yeah.
feel that the gizzard is hard. and there's something lodged in its throat.
Can I stick my hand in its mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
You kind of force it out, and inside is a gem.
Ooh.
A glowing gem.
Ooh.
Teeth.
But do you have
I-
incisors?
I'm trying to find out what one of these other spells I have means. So.
What's that? I can look.
I don't know what.
So,
Thaumaturgy?
thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy. It's always
Well,
fun.
I found it. I mean, it's right
Thaumaturgy.
here. So something that whispers. Okay. Your voice booms up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute. Okay, that's not
Yep.
what I need right now.
No. You can do a lot of cool things with thaumaturgy.
Well,
It's
you're
you can
good,
make
that's
like
fine.
the ground shake. You know when Gandalf gets big and scary when he's basically like, give me the ring, and Gandalf's like, don't
Pippin.
get in my
Yeah,
face,
yeah.
blah blah blah. It's not what he really said, but
Paraphrase.
that's kind of what you can do. You can get big, your eyes can glow, you can show the wrath of God in your voice.
This is instantaneously causes unlocked doors or windows to fly open.
Right. You can do all sorts of cool
I was
mystical
working out
things.
earlier. Where were you?
It makes it cooler in here.
You can become spooky for 1
Okay,
minute.
so all right.
Spook.
So what am I gonna do? So can I? Are you gonna detect? Well, it's a glowing gemstone.
Well, it's still your turn.
Yes, I'm going to put it in my little
pouch.
pouch.
Do you know what that is?
I don't know. I guess it's uranium. I don't know.
In the water
Depleted
supply.
uranium.
And you now have cancer.
Yeah.
Weapons.
You don't know what it
I've
is.
cast cancer on you.
It's uranium.
I cast cancer. You have 2d20 days to live.
But okay, one thing I do
have lead
see that I do
gloves.
have though is I do have cure wounds.
Yep.
And you are like 6 points down.
Yeah, I got a little poke here.
So can I cure his wounds?
Sure.
Okay. How do I do that?
Does it have it there or not? If not,
Just says it here.
Cure wounds will be in the.
It
You were
says
doing
part
it
here.
to a false sense of security with that
hang on, I got it right here.
defensive stab.
I think it's a D8 plus your caster modifier ability. So
1d8.
plus 1.
This one.
D8 is a little diamond
that was
one.
the
Yep.
D8.
So this one plus 1. So you get 2.
Thank you. Yes.
It wasn't. This is first level.
So the wound. She comes over and
do
she
a little
puts
Miyagi.
glowing hands on you.
It's not hot.
I'm like,
it's
thank
like
you.
warm.
And
It's a scab.
It seals over. Yes, it's a scab. It's still tender, but it's better than it was.
Sorry.
Can I use my detect magic on this stone?
You can.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yes, detect
All right.
magic.
So would I
We
use
both
my
have cancer now.
8
It
as
was
well?
in a bird's
Yep.
neck.
So it'd be 2, and
No, you don't have to
No.
roll. You just
No, I
basically you cast it,
Okay.
and you concentrate on it for a bit, and it's a continual light gem. So it's a gem with the spell continual light cast on it. So you hold it up in a dark place, it's a nice light.
all right.
Instant arcane flashlight.
I got a continual light gem. This is going to come in handy. Or it's going to make us all very
And there was one more goblin.
Or just
Put that
a-
on
Oh,
a
stay
stick.
behind.
No, I'm going to leave it.
Anybody else gonna check the last goblin?
Can I do another one if they're not going to?
I'm into
well,
money,
if
so
no one else is,
He
I'm
wants
into
more
money.
than teeth.
I'm into money. I feel
All right, you
gypped
go
by
over to
this
the-
I'll fight you
necklace.
for it.
Come at me, little man.
Stab.
Done.
All right.
That's enough.
All right. So who's reaching in?
I'm reaching in.
You reach in.
Can I do a contested reach?
Sure.
All right.
So you both kind of
Yeah.
get out of my feet. I got to. As you reach in, you guys both at the same instant touch something furry that moves.
You can have it.
Sweet.
I'm out. See ya.
What am I holding?
As you pull, he pull your hand back and he pulls something
Scabbers.
out. It's a squirrel,
Oh.
I'll take it.
and it's got a bad case of mange. So there's patches of fur missing all over the squirrel,
like
and it looks at you like,
What's up, bro?
"What do you do?" I mean, it's like
May I help you?
Give it a berry.
you give it a berry.
I'll give it a little berry.
It takes the berry and it starts eating it. And it goes up onto your shoulder and sits on your shoulder.
Squirrel. Take that.
That's quite all right.
Pet squirrel now.
Now you have a pet squirrel
You should
that
train
has
him to be your
yeah, a pet squirrel
whatever
that
you wanna call
has,
him.
Just gonna need to give him a
diabetes
tiny
and
cloak. Teach him to pickpockets. Great.
So, I guess I will be just standing there waiting. Say, so are we
ready to go?
finished with
Let's go.
looting the goblins?
All right.
So we've stowed the cart and ox, and now we're gonna head through the.
Head through. Who's first?
I'll still walk ahead.
You're taking up the
really
lead?
Injured, though.
I'm not that injured
Okay.
anymore. I'm into the fight. Fighting's what I do.
I'll walk behind him.
Okay. Then who comes next? So
I'll be 3.
3.
I'll be very back.
So then you, then you.
All right.
So that's the marching order?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, let me just. So, you guys, you're walking through.
Charge up that magic hand thing of yours again.
know.
We'll do that later.
Oh, I can use it twice in a day, but we'll wait till the days almost
That's
over.
all right. I'm feeling fine.
I was gonna say we are walking back into where goblins
I
drive
know, we
people
should wait.
away, so maybe.
My hands are fully out, ready.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk with an arrow knocked.
Alright.
And I have my longbow out.
So, you guys are walking along this trail. The forest is on either side of you. You hear like a little stream and some birds and chirping nature all around you. Your squirrel is happily chittering and sitting on your shoulder.
If he touches me, I'm killing it.
Don't touch him. Name's Steve.
Steven, leave me alone.
No, just Steve. Don't touch Steve. I'll kill you.
Steve the squirrel.
don't
the squirrel.
don't be disrespectful to his name, please.
So, Caven, as you're in the front, you hear a woodpecker. Let me see what your passive perception is.
Oh, yes.
13.
Where is it on here?
That's
Towards the bottom, right below your skills.
Passive? Oh.
so. What passive perception is what I'll do is I'll commonly look to see what your passive perception is, just to see if you've noticed something out of the corner of your eye. Otherwise, I'll have you roll perception, which then takes chance up.
And
It
mine
ups
is,
the game.
Mine is 13.
Mine as well.
I think we're all 13. Are you 13?
Yeah, I think.
No, what are you?
I'm 10.
Oh.
So everybody,
Good, you're in the
so
middle.
you
It's good
notice.
to be in
So
the
as you're
middle.
walking, you just out of the corner of your eye, you happen to see a tree bowing unnaturally next to you.
Okay, I stop.
Okay, you stop.
I stop.
Yep.
You turn your head to see. As
One
you
of us has to
look,
alert.
I look to see
Harry.
if they're I halt
well,
everyone.
this is just him,
Oh.
not you guys. You guys,
Oh.
this is his
Oh,
passive
okay.
perception check. So
I halt and I wait and I look for a rope, a taut rope.
as you look and as you see a taut rope going down to the ground from this tree to a little stick of wood that's got the rope goes under it and goes out onto the trail and under a bunch of leaves.
I need your squirrel.
My squirrel. Why do you need my
I
squirrel?
require a square.
All right, it's clearly a trap, and
traps.
I'm actually asking. I really am asking you to check that out. If there's a way that you can disable it without
Alright,
approaching
I'll
it.
take a look. Can I approach the trap?
You do. You see it.
And-
It's a clear. Being alerted to it, you see it's a snare trap.
I
Simple.
will disarm the snare trap.
All right.
Do you want me to roll for that, or
I don't think.
what are we looking?
I don't know. There used to be in
Like
some of the old ones
disarm or
disarm
something?
trap
think
and things
normally
like
it's
that.
sleight of hand,
I'm
isn't
just
it?
gonna do a sleight of hand.
I was gonna say I think
check.
sleight of hand is now like a disarm trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My
do
sleight of hand is -1. That's why I asked him.
You probably should not do that.
easy enough. Basically, you're so good at it, you basically are able to you
I disarm
move-
the trap while I'm looking
and
at
you
Steve.
you raise the tree up so it doesn't even snap or make noise or anything like that. And
Which is exactly what I was hoping for. too.
perfectly done. So
But I still want to know more about it. I want to know. I
Yeah.
want to know if there's more. And so, you know how much I love
Is
you.
there any way I could determine who might have set the trap?
give me a survival check.
This is gonna be great.
Well, this is going on. I'm actually just watching our back essentially.
12.
That's fine. 12?
12.
You see goblin footprints, pretty worn on here, so it's a pretty
Fairly
good,
simple trap.
pretty
So
simple
they're
trap set by
probably all
goblins.
over the
No,
place.
There's definitely more goblins up
There's
ahead. This was
definitely,
set
Do
by
we still
them.
see like the dragging marks of the other gentleman?
Yep.
Okay. So we're going in the right direction.
Going the right
Absolutely.
way, and there's more of them up ahead.
Okay.
Okay. So you continue marching. Is the march order the same?
I will go in front if there's gonna be traps.
Just stick with me up front.
Actually, I'm gonna be right behind him up front if there's gonna be traps.
Okay.
'Cause he's taller and can see a little
So
bit
now
more.
it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
All right.
Now
Still
I'm
with my
looking
arrow
for,
notch.
now I'm watching for them. Now I'm aware.
Okay. So as you're walking, you two in the front, Kaven and Paraven, give me a perception check.
Six.
6.
Oh, great.
I'm short. What's
So
your
we're just
excuse?
continuing to walk.
Yep. So you guys keep walking.
He's proud.
You're in the
That's
front. You guys are kind of
I fear
looking
nothing.
in opposite directions down the
But we're
trail.
next. Did the next 2 people see anything?
No, hang on.
Darn it.
So as you take a step forward, and the ground isn't there.
Oh.
As you continue to go forward, give me a dex check. A
Okay.
dex saving throw, actually.
Okay.
Which is in the upper box.
There is
No.
something.
Yep. He's
Oh.
pointing to it. Roll your dex, or roll the d20 plus your dex.
Okay, that is 16, an actual number.
But
Minus dexterity is 1, so 15.
still pretty good.
Alrighty.
Pretty stealthy there, son.
So, as you step forward, the ground falls away from under your feet, and you start to fall forward. But you use what strength you have on your back foot. You use to springboard yourself forward, and you leap over the pit trap that falls down into like a 10-foot drop, and you roll and come up standing.
Okay.
Are there spikes at the bottom?
There are not. It's just a
A pit.
pit.
Alright.
Does it go really deep?
About 10 feet down.
About 10 feet down. Is there anything in the pit?
Not that you can. The leaves and sticks and stuff that had fallen that were covering it.
I kind of want to get down there, though.
You can. It's 10 feet. It's not. It's. You wouldn't take damage if you went down.
Okay, I'd like to check it out, because I want to see if there's anything down there. Because I have a thing for the shiny coin, so...
That's fine. You get down and you search around. Nothing down here. It's pretty.
It's
It
just
was a
empty.
crudely dug trap.
All right. You can never be too careful.
Indeed not.
All right, now you're
Or
in a 10-foot
prepared.
hole.
Well, and I jump right out because your mom.
Can you? I'm sorry. What was that?
Take that.
Kicking you in the
He's
head.
kicking dirt down on you.
What you see down there?
Good. No, it's your grave.
I see why you're...
He's caving it
I
in.
see why there's not a Mrs. Elf.
Well, I'm not an elf, so you know.
I am the elf. Thank you.
See why there's not a Mr. whatever the heck.
This guy's really racially sensitive. I can tell.
It's like you need to
Would
call
you like a hand getting out?
No, that'll
Because
be
you
all
could
right.
ask one of them.
I'm already out now.
All right. So you guys continue on.
Yes.
Little more wary. But you break out into an opening clearing, and it's a nice open clearing, a little glade. You've got a cliffside up in front of you, and there's a cave mouth right in front, and there's a stream coming out of the cave and running down alongside this glade, and there's a thicket on the other side that leads almost up to the cave door, but curves off from there. And that's what you see when you walk out. You guys all walk out, and you see the trail leads,
To the cave
like
door.
the grass is stomped down and pretty much worn a trail right to the cave mouth.
I'll just say it. They're in there.
Well, if I had a coin to bet, I would have probably
Like,
put it
I
on
think
that.
I knew
I'll
where
take
we're
that
going.
I will probably pass on this.
How much farther would it be to skirt the edge of the meadow around by the shrubbery to like stealth to the entrance of the cave?
To the thicket on the other side of the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Let's see,
Jeez.
we're still looking at 23.
Yeah. You easily just. You guys are standing there looking.
I would like to direct Nordrick's attention to what I'm doing, because he's got a bow.
Mhm.
And if he wants to follow or not, I'm going to skirt the edge.
I will just kind of nod and essentially sit without saying any words, just say, go on ahead. But I'm going to keep track
Okay.
of where he's going.
You sneak up. Give me a perception check.
Should we just go knock on the front door? I don't know.
There is no door.
Straight in.
We should
Much
at least
better
put
than my
a...
Can we go bash a rock on the cave?
So as you
we should
get
start a fire in front
as
of
you
the cave
get
entrance.
closer to the cave entrance, the thicket, you can't see through it, but you see it kind of curve around and looks like maybe there might be a little alcove off to the side of the cave, and you hear something. As you get closer, you hear, "Now it's my turn with the sticks. No, listen, you had stones last time. My turn with the rat. No, you have rats. Listen, you stack the stones up, and then it's my turn with the rat." And as you peek around the bush, you see two goblins hunched over, playing a crude game in the dirt with stones and rats. Dead rat bodies.
Oh God! Hide Steve! Hide Steve!
Cover his eyes.
Don't look.
Clearly, a crude game played by goblins called Rats and Stones.
Excellent.
So,
And there's just the two of them?
yes, and they don't notice you at all.
Okay.
So they are well into this game. You see spears next to them, but they're leaning up against the wall of the cliffside.
Okay. If the rest of the party hasn't moved, I'd like to stealth back.
Well, they're kind of watching you.
Okay.
All of us are okay.
We're waiting
So
for you.
I'll
We had to, yeah.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, but you see him doing his thing.
kind of signal for them to hold off a little farther, and then point to Nordric.
Oh, okay. I
Wait,
guess.
But
is
like-
he, motioning you.
But like,
Well, all right. I just kind of, I gotta see if I can follow him now. I'm gonna try a
Give me a
stealth,
stealth
check. It's not horrible. It's not great. A 21 will do though.
That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
18 plus 3.
All right.
Can I follow him too now?
Sure.
I do.
Now,
I'm
you're
not
wearing
stealthy.
chainmail,
Okay.
That's
so you
rough.
have disadvantage on stealth.
Damn it.
So give me 2 20 rolls, give me the lowest, and add your stealth.
Yep.
So 16
There's the roll you keep.
and a 6.
Now add your stealth bonus.
Stealth, yeah, and skills.
It says 1, but there's a star next to it.
It's because you've got disadvantage.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a negative.
Negative 1. So you got a
I got a
5.
5.
So you go to follow him, and you
It's
come.
like,
You slump through the stream. You're seeing him going like this.
I
and
will.
I'm gonna
I will
roll.
like. This is still going to happen, but I will stop what I'm doing and like.
You're like. You look back. Listen, I'm gonna hit you with this rat body if you don't give me those stones right now. Goddammit. So
I,
Okay. I
you're
guess
standing
I
in the stream right now.
I sit down
The
and
nice-
wait for it to happen.
The nice cool water is going
All
through your
right.
boots.
I guess I'm standing in the water now.
so I will continue up. essentially.
You continue up. You peek around the corner. You see 2 goblins hunched over. Looks like a little arena with some stones and a nice little pile, and one holding a rat, and the other one looks like he wants the rat. And he's so.
I'll take the one on the left, if you take the one on the right.
Where'd you grow up? I have an idea. What if I take the one on the right and we capture the one on the left? We can find out how many are in the cave.
How close can I get while still being in stealth? Like, is there
You got a
shrubbery
pretty
almost all
decent
the way up
stealth
there?
roll, and they are pretty busy. So
Okay. All right. Let me get closer.
I'm going
All
on
right.
your
So
signal.
I'll sneak as close as I can
okay,
and just get ready to pounce on the other one.
okay. So go ahead and give me an attack. Oh wait, are you? You're
I'm waiting for
capturing,
him
or
to
is he
shoot,
can't- are
and
you
then I'm
killing?
gonna grapple the
He's
other
going
one.
to try to capture.
Okay.
I'm going to.
All right, so give
Which
me a
is
roll.
Probably
Murder.
should have gone the other way, but
Well, I mean,
whatever.
it's not great on either end. Let me tell you, I'm better at shooting than I am capturing. So I will let loose an arrow.
Okay,
19.
that'll hit.
Yep. 11 damage.
So
Rolling
he's
an 8.
So, I'm gonna take this rat and I'm gonna shove it in your as the arrow comes out of his throat. And the other one's like, "You got rat blood all over my stone!"
And I'll jump.
And you jump and
I'm
give,
gonna try and just tackle him.
yep,
That's not great. What am I rolling?
athletics.
Okay, that's 6.
6.
That's 6.
Let's see what he gets.
Great. There's going to be something going on.
There's going to be a
that's not going to be
kerfuffle.
nice.
Something's gonna happen.
Athletics is based off strength.
Correct.
Unfortunately.
You got a 6.
I got a 6.
He got a 5.
Oh!
So he almost gets away. You're like, no, leave it alone. You're like, he's like a greased monkey, but you're able to get him finally, and like,
I will head over and get my hempen rope and
thank
essentially hog tie him.
tie him up. All right.
And I will
curiosity
use.
You hear the stream is babbling pretty loudly, so it's kind of hard to hear, but you hear something going on over there.
And I'll use it to also like go around, like
Gag
gag him essentially around his mouth, so he isn't screaming the entire time.
While he's tying up that one, I'm going to then not have to be tackling this thing. Can I try and hide the other body?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and just roll a sleight of hand.
Drag it back into the thicket. Oh, that's a natural 20.
There you go.
He's
You
hit.
basically just go.
Whoosh! You throw him into the bushes.
He's gone.
My curiosity piqued. What's going on here?
So you bring the other one back.
Yep, I'll look over and
So he
sling
comes
him over my shoulder and
So
walk back.
so Nordric comes around the corner with a goblin hog-tied around over his shoulder.
Let me get in there. There's something in there. Everyone's got. They're always
You're gonna check his pocket.
checking that pocket.
All right, let's see what you get. Let's see what you get.
While he is doing that, I am just going to be holding him and say,
You
"Whoa."
feel something fragile almost, like an eggshell or something. You pull it out. It's a really creepy, old, cracked porcelain doll.
All right, I'm definitely hanging on to that.
All right.
As I'm
Put that in your loot.
I'm just holding onto the goblin. I say, we are going to try to prod this creature for information. That way we're not walking into the cave blind.
I'm an excellent negotiator.
Does anybody speak Goblin?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh, good.
Gross.
Does anybody else?
No.
Well, I guess you're talking to it.
Looks like you are a lead spokeswoman.
Interrogator.
Interrogator. I'm terrible at
Madam Inquisitor.
Ask him how many are in
Madam
that cave.
Inquisitor.
How many goblins are in this cave? Tell me.
I will also ungag him at this point.
Tell him what,
He goes.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot.
tell him what I'll do to him if he doesn't talk.
It's like my friend here.
Can we get
What do you
stabbed by
want? He's speaking in Goblin. You guys hear gibberish as she speaks. This fancy, regal high elf just starts speaking this weird language. What do you want? Let me go. You killed my friend.
Tell me how many people are in this cave, or goblins in this cave.
20.
He's lying.
Are you sure?
You should ask him if they've brought a human and a...
2 humans.
Roll
Kill
a
dwarf.
Human and a dwarf.
Because it was Zeldar's human and then the other guy, the seeker, is a
roll.
dwarf.
Give me either a persuasion or an intimidation check.
Who?
Her.
Oh.
'Cause she's
Your intimidation is -1.
What's the other one?
Persuasion.
Persuasion is -1.
Lovely. Okay.
So
Can't
roll
get
high.
anyone to do anything.
It's the
It's the 20, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Roll
You still
high.
can roll high.
16.
Not bad.
So 15.
Okay.
What are you using? What mannerism are you using? Are you
Are you doing
persuading or are you
persuading
intimidating?
Yeah.
Persuasion.
Okay.
You're like, there.
There's we less than 20.
Less than 20.
You should ask
Ask
him
him
about
where
our
our friends
friends.
are.
Oh.
I was
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to find a way to word it. Were there, let's see, it's a dwarf and a
Human, yes.
Yes. Well, no. Yes and no.
What do you mean? Explain.
Well, Clark received a messenger goblin from King Grohl a few days ago. Messenger tell him that someone named Black Spider was paying Cragmaws, we Cragmaws, Cragmaw tribe, very, very proud. Oh wait.
He undoes it to do that and goes back.
Paying Cragmaws to watch out for dwarf and human and capture him, sending him and anything he carried back to King Groll. Clark follow orders. Dwarf ambushed and taken along with his things to the castle.
Where is the castle?
That way. He points off in a northerny direction.
Not toward like where we're supposed to be going.
No, you guys are more southwest from
Oh,
here, or southeast from here.
Tell him unless he can go inside and negotiate the full surrender of everyone inside, we're killing them all.
What he said.
Well, who is Black
I kind of
Spider?
just look in the area where he pointed to. Where? What? Because speak Goblin.
Clark not like that.
No.
Clark leader,
Oh, he's the leader?
bugbear.
Tell him what we do to him right now. I have my squirrel friend go right down his pants.
Well, first I want to know who Black Spider is.
Me not know.
Where are they located?
The squirrel. Tell him about the squirrel.
That's gonna be the next intimidation. You're like, we've got a
Get
squirrel.
ready.
I stab you with my squirrel.
It's just a squirrel on a hilt.
Alright, so what should I ask next then?
Oh, who is Bugbear? You said Bugbear, right?
Clark and bugbear. Clark leader. He big.
He's their
He
leader.
strong.
Where is Bugbear?
He make you sorry.
Where is Bugbear?
Where is Bugbear?
Throne room.
Throne room? Where? That's in the castle?
No. Clark throne room. King Groll, big he chief.
So where's the throne room? Is it in the cave that we're going
Where is the throne room then?
Well, Clark throne room, little throne room. He little boss.
He's the leader of this cave.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that you're relaying this information to us as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Tell him to
We're all-
send.
As I'm
So
Tell him to send everyone out.
I believe their leader
That's a
is
super
a
idea.
bugbear, which is a creature, right? If I remember correctly. It is a creature, and what is
Can't be
that?
negotiated.
King Groll is somewhere. Did he point that way? And I just kind of go north.
That way.
yeah, no.
Points off that way.
Yeah.
You think it's a different northerny direction, but it's that.
And he could
same.
just be pointing in directions. If bugbear is a thing and it's inside the cave, then it can't be negotiated with because it's a creature, something they worship.
No. Well, roll. Everybody can roll survival check.
Hi.
Or nature, actually. We'll
Is that
roll
20?
nature. Yeah, D20. Add your nature.
12.
12?
Yeah.
17.
16.
12. Nature. Oh, I'm sorry.
Plus 3, so 14.
You guys all know bugbears are basically goblin kin, but they're bigger and more muscular and hairy.
And he's in the cave.
Fully hairy, and they're sentient. So, and they're kind of like smarter, bigger, stronger goblins. Goblins usually serve bugbears because
I'm assuming that if their
Bugbears.
leader's killed, they'll all surrender.
Well, even beyond that,
Surrender might not be.
we need to get to King Groll. He has Gundren and Sildar.
no. He said, you say that, and he says something to you. No.
What does he want?
He not here. He dwarf not here. Human Longshanks. He inside in the eating cave.
Okay, so Sildar is here, but
Yeah, Soldar's
but
here.
Gundren
Gundren's been
is
sent
not.
to
Gundren's
the
gone.
castle.
I bet you Gundren's in the castle.
We need this. We need to get both of them though.
Right.
So we have a two-part objective just here. One, to save Sildar then,
And we're already
and
here.
two, to...
Find a
this-
way
Well,
to.
we'd have to find the castle, and I'm guessing this little.
Well, he is,
We
and
killed him
you...
with
know
us.
exactly where
And
it
Red, if you
is.
would tell him this, he will now be our guide. And if
We keep
he
him with
takes
us.
us to the correct castle, where King Groll is, he will be set free.
We won't kill him with a squirrel.
But now we need him to bring us to the eating
Probably don't
room.
mention the squirrel.
Well, I mean, do we really want to leave him alive long enough to get in here, save Sildar, come back out, and then go find a castle?
I think so.
So,
Yeah.
Stop to tie him up.
Yeah.
I don't trust
Gag him
goblins that
and
much.
tie him to my back. as a backpack.
You're collecting quite the accessories there. Go with
Yeah.
your fancy robes.
You got your creepy
No,
porcelain
I
doll.
haven't been wearing a shirt since the beginning. Don't you remember when I dropped it?
Yeah, and then you put it back on.
No. Well, just around my waist. For the
Oh,
wound.
okay.
No,
Well,
I am topless, and that guy's getting strapped to my back. We're gagging him. We're going in there. And we're taking the big guy.
I'm going to continue to be shredded.
I'll be shredded the entire time.
You got a teeth necklace, a creepy doll,
I'm playing this
and a
up.
goblin.
cross-classing the
Goblin on your
barbarian?
back.
What's going on here?
You got a tribal along his shoulder.
I have not read this. I am just going.
You
Yeah.
can't do this in Skyrim.
I'm not reading.
I'm sure there's mods for it.
I was gonna say not without mods at least.
I forgot to tell you that if I go scripted, I'm never gonna remember anything. So I'm just
You're making it as you go.
so.
Okay, so we are taking him
We're taking
into
him with us,
the
and
cave.
I'll carry him because none of you guys want to. I'll tie him to my back. He can remain
Goblin
gagged.
backpack.
We need to be careful, however. Bugbears are not.
They don't
No,
mess around.
absolutely, no, absolutely. But you're a communicator, so you tell him to keep his mouth shut.
Are you sure you want him on your back? And you should probably put him on your front, like one of those like ergo
Baby carrier?
So he can kind of tell you where to go.
This way. I grab his hands. This way. That way.
You point, I go.
I squeeze your arm if you don't tell me the truth.
Weird baby carrier.
Goblin baby carrier.
Because then if they shoot at us, he's like the first to go.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
We probably don't
That's
want
not
our
a bad
Well,
suggestion.
actually, but if he dies,
we don't want our
then
TomTom
you don't know where
GPS
the
system to
castle is.
die
You can
though.
go.
There's like 20 more in there, though. So it's like if we lose this one, we've got backup.
Yeah, you
Well,
just
I
pick
mean,
up
I guess
a
it wouldn't
replacement.
kill their leader. It
Goblin
wouldn't kill their
shack.
leader.
Well, either way, even if we do take out this contingent here, it will make this part of the trail safer as well. So
I do think
in
we
a
need
turn,
to
it would
clean
be.
it up in here.
It will
I
be.
agree with you.
So we need to go in. As long as he is correct, Sildar is still here.
So we need to go.
What did he
find
say that it was in? The
The
feeding?
feeding
him.
room.
Feeding room.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
We should probably hurry.
Could be the
Did,
kitchen.
question
But
for
careful.
DM, did the area where we captured the goblin, did that look like a side entrance to the cave?
Yep. So it wasn't a side entrance. When you were over there, it's basically. Give me 1 second. So basically, over there, you see it's a small area in the briars thicket that has been kind of hollowed out to be a kind of a lookout post or
Okay.
blind, but they were busy.
Sure.
Wooden planks have flattened down the briar to provide room for these guards to basically lay hidden.
Okay. Alright. So we'd still have to go through the cave.
Yeah,
Mouth.
there's just the one mouth, cave mouth.
So why don't we do a head up like this? We will have Parvin go up first.
Alright.
I will follow and beckon whether or not it is safe for you
And I'll be
louder folk to be
and I'll be third.
in.
And I'll be third because she can communicate with the thing on my back. And every time he does something I don't like, I'll squeeze his leg really hard.
Real hard. Does that sound good? We will find our way to the feeding room. We will deal with. I forgot it. The bugbear.
The bugbear.
Clark, I
Clark.
think is what
Clark.
she said.
His name is Clark.
Clark Kent the bugbear.
Clark. K.
I just call him Clark.
Clark.
I heard Clark.
Clark Griswold, bugbear.
Clark Griswold, bugbear at large.
Large.
So I actually have an ability to throw a javelin. So I do have one that retracts that I keep on my belt.
Nice.
Okay,
So I
Collapsible
will
javelin.
stealth ahead.
so go ahead, stealthy up. Ooh,
Okay,
not
that's
so stealthy.
like that's 10.
It's stealthish.
So you trip and hit your face. And you're like, oh,
I will also stealth
dark in
up
here.
at least. That's also not great.
Great. You guys are starting off wonderful.
Yeah, it's I used all my good rolls earlier.
I got distracted by the goblin
So-
backpack.
They fall on each other.
To be fair, yours is actually still way better.
So what'd you get?
I got a 6.
Oh no.
So you guys think you're stealthy. You guys are like, they know they're just like crunching and stomping through the.
I was gonna say I got pots and
Humming my
pans
own
and
theme
shit.
song.
I'm like Samwise walking around.
Clink, clink, clink.
All right. So just inside the mouth of the cave, a few uneven stone steps lead up to a small, dank chamber on the eastern side of the passage. the cave narrows to a steep fissure as, let me cue different music. There we go. So the cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end and is filled with the stench of animals. Savage snarls and sounds of rattling chains greet your ears as 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. Each beast's chain leads to an iron rod that's driven into the base of a stalagmite. So basically, as you walk up into the cave, off to your right, there's some stone steps that lead up to this alcove, and in there you see a bunch of stalagmites and stalactites, and 3 wolves are chained up there, and they're growling and looking at you.
Well, they see us.
In the back, there's a fissure that leads kind of up and into the ceiling. It's a very narrow crack. You think you see some flickering light coming from there, and then you see some stuff fall down into a pile of looks like bones and garbage.
This must be the feeding pen, or close to it. They're definitely something's being fed here.
So the wolves are looking at you. You're looking at the wolves. What do you do? They're
Can
growling.
anybody communicate with wolves? Is that like a thing?
It is, but not
a
by
thing that-
any of the class members here.
I think a druid can do that.
And I'm the only person.
Well, you're the first one,
First
and then you
person,
come up
yeah.
soon after. Hey, what do you got? Oh, I'm supposed to be quiet.
Yeah. What's up? Oh, crap.
The wolves go.
Do we need to go near the wolves, or can we get around them in any certain
No,
way?
you can keep going up. The path goes right past them.
I'm
But they're
curious
like
Past,
what's
but close, or past like way around where?
no,
we
no,
don't have
past
to-
past their chamber altogether.
All right,
we
we'll
should
just
avoid
go
the
ahead and
wolves.
bypass them.
Yeah, let's just like.
Are they growling enough and barking at us so that they're alerting someone?
You don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah.
The stream is babbling here pretty loudly, so you imagine it must cover most of the noise from the wolves.
Just let growling wolves lie.
Let's head for the small dank chamber. Is
So
that
yeah,
where we're
I'll just
heading?
kind of wave you guys.
I'm just gonna check something while you guys are doing that.
This pen is awful.
Nope. So they're pulling against their chains, but not really. Seems like they're not making any headway on trying to get at you.
And we can't see anything like behind them. They're not like protecting or guarding anything.
No, just looks like you see little patches of the dirt where they seem to be
Just their
laying
pets.
usually.
I feel like this is like the kennel room.
The kennel.
Probably.
Okay, so we're gonna go up toward the small dank chamber with a. Nope, the light's on the other thing.
Nope, that's behind the wolves.
Oh,
This
the
is
small
just-
dank chamber is behind them.
Yep,
So we're heading toward the steep fissure.
the main no, that's the fissure behind the dank chamber. They're in the dank chamber. There's
Oh.
a fissure behind them. The tunnel keeps following the stream up and around past this alcove where the wolves are.
Which is where we're just going to keep moving.
So we're going toward the tunnel that follows the brook.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll
So-
keep a few feet ahead of everyone else just to kind of get
Okay.
an eye
It
of
starts
what's
getting darker in here.
happening.
Get that light stone. But,
I also have dark vision.
I do too.
well, actually, that would be better because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Right. So I have dark vision, 60 feet.
But
radius.
halflings and humans do not have dark vision.
So
So
we should probably be.
it starts
in
getting
the
darker.
front.
One in the front, one in the back.
Right.
Okay.
Do you want to lead or should I?
Well,
I
my
have to
armor
have
class
my
is
back to you.
higher.
I
Okay,
would say
so you're
someone
in the-
quieter up front.
Oh, I have chainmail on.
And I have to
That's
have
true.
my back to you so that you can talk to the little goblin idjit.
So you're gonna have to be up front, and I'll
Well,
be
I
in the
can
back.
just turn around. Okay, yeah, so I'll be in the front.
Okay, go in the front.
Okay, hang on, I'm just processing something. Okay. Cool, Nithcrawl. He's basically giving me some tips on the camera. Could be a little closer to the table to see details on the stuff. We'll do that next time. Okay, so as you go up, and so who's in the front then? You're in the front?
Red's in the front. I'm in the back.
Right behind.
You're right behind her
Yeah.
in the front. And then Caravan.
Caven.
Caven.
We're in a caravan.
And then you're
I'll be second to last.
second to last. So
And I'm last.
Okay. Okay. So give me a stealth check. Actually, I want a stealth check from the entire group.
Whole party stealth.
So that's a 20, right?
Yes, that would be a
D20
D20.
plus your
7
stealth.
plus
Anything that
20.
involves
But,
the skill.
but you've
over
got to
here
roll
will
it
have a
twice.
D20.
And
I have
be-
a 19.
Yeah, you have to roll
Yeah.
twice and take the lowest
7.
one.
7.
21.
21.
All right, so I got a nice 8.
8.
Also 8.
So 8, 8,
19.
19,
7.
7.
So the goblins smirking are
Okay,
doing
you
something.
guys, you think you're not quite as stealthy as you're hoping. Let's see. So, as you guys are going up, you notice off to the side, on the other side of the stream, you see a cave, like a tunnel entrance that goes up what looks like a rough path up, or you can continue to follow the trail around, which you think, you in the front, you notice that there's a bridge up about 20 feet in the air, going over this passage between two other passages that are higher up.
Okay, we obviously stay together.
Do we go higher, low?
Does anyone have rope grappling hooks of any kind? Something to grapple?
The tunnel continues past the bridge. The bridge just suspends over this tunnel.
Over the tunnel.
You don't have to actually
have to
go
repel-
up.
okay.
You can, or you can continue to go
But-
around, or there's this tunnel that goes off to the left.
Okay, I'm curious about the one on the left, but
I don't know. I think we should continue just around the passage that we were heading.
Well, there's
you're
the
the one who can
bridge.
see.
There's the bridge.
Well, but
above
I'm in the
us.
back. She's in the front.
There's the bridge above us, right? That's where the
We're
right
going-
side path is going.
We're going to get
Maybe.
Is the
Possibly.
side
But
tunnel lit at all?
No, there's no light that you can see. Well, give me a perception, actually. Everybody can roll a perception, because you guys are all in a group.
all of my rolls have gone away. They're gone.
21.
I blew them right in the beginning.
What does the black dots here mean? What does that mean?
It means you're proficient in it. It means you get to add your proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's already added on your paper, so
Oh, okay, very good. Well, mine for perception is 3 here, and it's.
no,
It's
you don't have
already
to.
added.
It's already added.
Oh, great. So 7.
So 7. Anybody else high?
11.
All right, so you would know. Somebody, everybody's looking around. You think you see flickering light on the up the tunnel to the left, on the other side of the brook that branches off. You see, looks like maybe firelight, and you think you hear laughing up there.
Okay, so they're partying up there.
We
Maybe
should head to the
keep
party.
go to the
I
party.
think we should head to the party. We need to see what's going on. Maybe our guy is in there.
And we can,
We need to be a little stealthy though.
I mean, yeah, we're not very stealthy.
but we still have we have a little portable negotiator too, so we can actually.
I wouldn't
Can
say
we ask him
negotiate.
what's
I'd say
up there?
hostage.
Well, that's
We
that's-
definitely have a hostage.
we have some grip. We have.
I don't know. I
We
don't
can
think,
make them do things.
I don't think goblins are that loyal to each other. If it comes down to it, he's as dead as we
Nobody
are.
wants to die,
Right, but they wouldn't have a problem killing him.
but we'll kill all of them. Is what I'm
Wait
saying.
a minute. So he may know. So
Oh,
we should
no one
ask
kept
him.
this.
Wait. We should ask him where the feeding room is.
That's a good idea.
We're
So,
in this tunnel.
You ask him.
Is he? Is he?
Someone
Is he?
take
Is
off.
he
Yeah, he's
Gag.
gagged.
he's gagged.
He's ungagged. Your scream will kill you.
I'm thirsty. I need water.
At first, he's got to tell us where the feeding room is, and we'll get him some food from there.
Tell us where the feeding room is first.
Lie. Up there. He nods to the tunnel to the left.
Where the laughter was coming from?
Yeah, they eat there. Eating room.
Okay.
Oh, that's what
It was-
means.
it was the feeding room.
Is the,
Eating
like
cave.
a cafeteria. Like a goblin cafeteria. It's all right.
All right.
So that's where that's where he is. That's what he said. That's where he said he was.
Can I go now?
No, you can't go.
I'm actually going to pull out my water skin and I say, you may have water.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that tastes good. Thank you.
Again, he untied. So thank you.
Put the gag back on.
All right.
You don't have to put the bag out.
Yes, I do.
I don't like it. It tastes like sweat.
There we go.
He goes over, like, give him water, and you're like, put it back. You're like, you don't have to.
You enjoyed your drink.
Okay, so are we heading toward the feeding room?
We're heading toward the feeding
Okay,
room.
we're heading toward the feeding room.
All right.
In our not so stealthy like manner.
So you move up the uneven steps on the left and head up into this, looks like alcove that comes up, and it comes into a larger cave that seems to be divided by a 10-foot high escarpment. No, it's just a bank. And a steep natural staircase that leads up from the lower portion of the cave to the higher up ledge. The air is hazy with smoke of a cooking fire that's in the center and sort of down into a little dug down so that the firelight is lower. And it seems to be a cooking fire, and there's some meat over it. And the pungent air in here smells of poorly cured hides and unwashed goblin bodies.
Lovely.
No, it's disgusting.
And as you look around, you'll see that there's about 6 goblins all sitting here, 5 down low, and one big fat one sitting up on the ledge, looking down on these ones. As you guys look at them, as you guys are coming up, you're like, Shh, okay, here, we're coming up. They're all looking at you guys.
Oh, because we make absolutely the most noise as
I
possible.
put my hands up. I show him our little prisoner. We just want to talk.
So,
I was gonna say, I still have my bow.
I was gonna say I have my bow knocked, and as soon as I see them, can I shoot the fat one upstairs? Up top?
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So-
tasty.
So you basically take a quick round and take just a surprise.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not going to be a surprise.
All right. And
They
I'm
know
not
we're
gonna-
here.
Because you guys are here, and they know you're here, and they know you were coming. So as you shoot, we'll roll initiative. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do it like this because we're running out of time, and I didn't want to get into this combat necessarily tonight because it'll take us well over the time. So as you turn around, you hold up, you're ready to shoot, and the fat one just kind of reaches back and grabs something and pulls it forward, and it's a balding, older man who is now just complete, looks like he's been beat to hell. He's got breeches on, and that's it. All of his equipment is gone, but it is Sildar. And he says, and the fat goblin says, "Truce, or the human dies." And he kind of like
Exactly why I put
holds
my hands
him
up.
right over the pit, or basically the ledge, and you can see that he's been beat so badly that a fall like that might actually kill him.
You've got our man, we've got your man. No one has to die in here.
And we'll leave it at that.